Good evening, everybody. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show, the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Welcome. A little bit early tonight. It's about 10:19 in the evening. Good to see everybody coming in here. I have some incredible stuff to show you tonight, man. I'm going to show you the tracking radar. I found it from 9 years ago when Malaysian Flight 370 disappeared. I've got the original tracking radar video that was doctored by, it was actually the official tracking radar it's called the flat tracker. It's available to everybody and you can track flights anywhere in the world. I got the original video, undoctored, one that somebody had that was not altered or changed from the original tracking radar. I'm going to show you the proof that Flight 370 was taken out by spaceships tonight. I can't believe I found it. I was quietly doing some research for a few days. Tonight, I went to do some research. I found the original tracking radar. It still has the original footage. It shows the jet icon turning into a disc, a gold disc. I'm going to show you that tonight. You're going to see this, and you're going to see why they're never going to find Flight 370. When you see this tracking radar, this radar is the original footage that was tracking it 9 years ago before Flight 370 disappeared. It's going to blow your mind. I mean, this is crazy. This is the stuff that you need to see. So all the lies for 10 years and all the cover-ups for 10 years about what happened in 24 to 48 hours, whatever they did to take the radar tracker and change it and wipe out those little disc-shaped objects on the tracking radar. I've got the footage. I've got it. I'm going to show it to you tonight. Boy, am I fired up. So whatever you hear on the national or international news as time goes on that they're going out to do some searching for Flight 370, realize you're being lied to. I can't wait. Tonight, some point during the show, I'm going to show you this. And it's going to blow everybody away. There's nobody who can dispute what I'm going to show you. Hey, Radic67, thank you for the fire, because I am fired up. I am so excited. And we'll have more news coming from Vermont from April. More things are happening up in that part of the planet. Some really amazing things are happening. And she's going to be a regular part of updates, getting towards as we're going on in the next few months with direct contact. But I'm going to show you the radar tracking. Let me make sure this thing doesn't lose it. Let me see here. Yeah, I got the tracking radar right here. Is it stopping? Let's see. Let me stop it and pause it here. But I reviewed the tracking radar. This is from 10 years ago. 9 years ago, actually. And this person's video, I'm surprised nobody took it down. I'm surprised YouTube didn't take it down. But I found it. It was a real long research to find the video. There's all this other garbage from all the different news channels from 9 years ago. News commentators, airline pilots talking about where it was, where it wasn't. It crashed here, crashed there. But tonight, I'm going to show you. That's why, I was a news director at one time many years ago. Hey, Salamor, good to see everybody here. Get relaxed, get in your seats, get ready for some action tonight. Good to see everybody. Ian, welcome to the show. Hey, Clifford, good to see you. Fruit Man, welcome to the show. Everybody coming in. Hey, good to see you, brother. And when you see this, you're going to understand why when I started talking about this a few nights ago, that I was going to definitely find the original tracking. Kit Kat, welcome to the show. I finally found the radar tracking I was looking for. Oh, the other radar tracking was doctored, but I got the original tracking from 9 years ago, absolutely showing you without a question that the airline jet icons that you see, you're going to see some of them turn into discs, like golden discs on the icon. And you're going to see at the end, before Flight 370 disappears, that the discs go way ahead of the jet, goes way ahead of the 370 flight, and then it stops in midair and turns into a disc. Oh, good. Good to have you with us. It turns into a disc. Please share and like. Let people know about the show. The #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. The good thing, I have a background in news. I studied news and journalism when I was in college. I was a news director on my current station for about 2 years. So I have that analytical mind that looks for things. I don't stop until I find what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Hey, Kit Kat. So I'm on early tonight. So, hopefully people, will jump in. Normally, the normal crowd's at 11. So you got a little bit of me earlier. Hey, Sharon Lee, good to see you. Rosemary Allen, welcome. See through it. Welcome to the show. JB Least G. So there's no way this is going to be covered up. Jesse, welcome. When you see this tracking radar, it's going to just blow the lid off of any cover-up that's being tried right now. Now they're going back into trying to find the flight, which is kind of sad, because they're not going to find it. Ever. Never going to find it. So we're going to get into that a little bit tonight. Plus, I got some other things to show you. Sharon Lee, yes, go ahead. I like 9/11, what's happening? 9 years ago, I interviewed the person that had the tracking radar of the original tracking that showed the disc-shaped objects on the tracking radar. I did interviews with the original person on YouTube that actually broke the story. The UFOs ask if you a foe? Rafa? Laugh. The UFOs ask if you a foe. Let me see here. Sharon, I think you had a question. Raj, I think it's key 86126. I'm just trying to catch all the people coming in here. And we are a little bit early. Dawn Renee Howard, welcome. Good to have you with us. Those families went through so much. They did. They went through a lot of grieving. No, just catching up. Okay. So we have a lot of things on the cosmic table tonight. Hey, Johnny, good to see you, brother. Hey, Gramps, welcome to the show. Reggae Jetty. Will Breaks Zero. All the people. Michelle, thanks for the likes. For all our relatives, welcome to the show. Robert Scott, welcome to Encounters. Good to see everybody coming here. All the new people, KD6. So we're going to get into some good stuff here. And it's nice to see you as well. Fat Cam, Jenna. Good to have you with us, Jenna. Fat Cam, Teresa Brown, welcome to the show, Encounters. So I'm the host of the show, Guy Man. Yes, I'm actually the host of Encounters, producer and host of the #1 UFO spiritual talk show. Hey, Len, good to see you. And for just the new people, Linda and Robert Graves, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Thank you, Jan. Hey, John, welcome to the show. So what you're going to see tonight, good to see you, Ugg. You're going to see actually the official, original, undoctored tracking radar. Hey, Levick, of what exactly happened to Flight 370. And when I show you this, anything they tell you on the news, turn it off. Because they're going to be lying to you. They're going to absolutely be lying to you. I am fired up. When I'm fired up, you got to watch out. You got to watch out when the commander is fired up. Because the commander's here to bust the matrix. That means disinformation, misinformation, people that are asleep, anyone with an agenda. I'm going to bust that matrix. Yeah, it entered through a portal, yeah. And Levick, you're right. Levick, wait till you see this footage of the original radar tracking. And I'm going to show it tonight. Shaped as a grape. I like that name. Shaped as a grape. Read the Bible, signs in the skies. Oh, I don't need to read the Bible. I don't read any Bibles. I just know that everything is what it is. I come from Mars. So let me give people a little background of who I am. I'm born on Earth, just like everybody else. I have a biological family. I'm actually a star seed. You heard the word star seed. I came here on mission Earth with the Ashtar Galactic Command before there was any internet or websites or anything. Been a contactee since the 60s. I visually saw space people or star people that were human like us in a flying saucer type craft in a cul-de-sac in the 60s when I was a kid that were very beautiful people. Never had a negative experience. As I got older, I learned how to activate who I am. I work in cosmic Christed consciousness constantly. No other consciousness. That's the only consciousness I work in. Any other consciousness is just lower vibration, and I don't go there. I'm also not only a contactee, I do workshops where I take people off planet into a golden ship of light, and the ship is as big as the planet Earth. To go there in my workshops during last year, I get them into a meditative state, and they go into the Merkaba state energy and leave the planet, and they're protected by Christed beings of light that guide them off planet and also guide them back from the ship to the Earth. So I'm a sort of a cosmic book, you might say. I have multiple chapters of information. So I work under human consciousness, cosmic Christed consciousness. I work with the Ashtar Command directly. I'm a telepathic communicator, and I don't use, pendulums. I don't use crystal balls. I don't have cards. I don't channel anything. I don't do any rituals. Everything I do is straight out honest. Like lucid dreaming. In a sense, we call it lucid or cosmic, a cosmic state of consciousness, same thing. So if you're in a lucid state or a cosmic state, you're actually having a real experience out of your body experience to the cosmic experience. Yeah, the patterns are similar, but the light breaks in different ways. I see these all the time. Interesting graphs. Thank you, CC 1954. You are such a blessing to all of us. Thank you very much. And it's also important to know that those of us who are going to be initially taken on the spaceship is because we have relationships. And I did some meditation. I did a deep meditation earlier. I actually went out of body. And I'm very confident. I'm very excited. And I'm standing in such a beautiful light of understanding now. Thank you, Johnny. Well, you've changed my life too, because you're such a humble soul, and we're glad to have you as a moderator. Chesno, Riley, good to see you, Riley. I haven't seen you in a while. So the commander is going to do what he's going to do. The commander is definitely going to do what he's going to do. Those of us who are going to go on this year on the spaceship, we're going to do it. And we're excited to do it. We're going to be excited to bring back information to the planet when we do it. And if you don't know what's happening, I will say it with a lot of fire and positivity. We're going on a spaceship. Yep, we're going. And eventually, when we do come back, we're going to give you information that's going to help the planet. So we're going on a spaceship, a real spaceship. Now, many times you go on a spaceship through what you call lucid dreaming or what you call cosmic or the Merkaba state. You leave your body, you go onto the spaceship, and that's a real experience. It's another way of going, no less important. And you come back with information in that state. So many people. Thank you, Chitipa. So I want everyone to know, watching this show, I am going on a spaceship. And hopefully, if anything, we should all be excited. I don't know when we're going. That's the only thing, but I'm okay with that. I don't know when, but I know it's going to be this year, and I know it's going to be soon. And when we go, we're going to bring back information. We're going to be doing a number of things that are reuniting with my cosmic biological family. So I have to use the word cosmic biological family We're going to be taken on the spaceship physically. I don't know how that works, but I know it's going to be that way. So whatever, if you've never heard of this, if you've never thought of this, if you've never understood this, I'll be talking about this more with full confidence, standing in 100% of my Ashtar Galactic Commandership spiritually, because that's what it is. Standing in your spiritual light, doing what you know you're going to do is going to be beautiful. It's going to be unconditional. It's going to help everyone on the planet. Absolutely help everybody. And everybody to know that there'll be other waves of people, I'm sure, down the road. And so ambulance is coming by. Ambulances are coming by tonight. It's pretty active. It's raining in New England. But anyway, I meditated, and I think about the journey. In my meditations, I think about the journey, where we're going. And there's a lot of things I'm going to learn, because in the dream state, I've gone off planet, but not in the physical state, like me talking to you on here on my show. It's going to be a face-to-face meeting with my biological cosmic family, which would be my mother off planet, my father, my brothers and sisters. We're going to be reunited. And I am thinking that's going to be the most beautiful expression of love. And there's nothing that will ever stop it. Nothing can stop it. Nothing will stop it, because it's so beautiful. Nothing will stop it. But until then, I go and I intermingle, I blend into Earth-based society, as I always have. And I'm fine with that. I enjoy everything on Earth that I do. But I'm also knowing how important the mission is to do this. I know how important the mission is to get out there, to go to wherever we're being taken on the ship, to going into the oceans of the planet in a slightly different frequency or dimension, to go to what is called Atlantis, the one that they call the lost continent, that actually does exist in a different frequency. Yes, Riley, very true. So I'll be getting, hey Matt, thank you. I'll be getting to meet my father on the ship. My biological parents are gone. They're not here anymore. My Earth-based parents are gone. But I learned recently, once I learned about that, the fact is that we do have biological cosmic family in other planets. That's our starseed. We came from other worlds. We have other parents besides our Earth-based mothers and fathers. All of you have parents on other planets. And if you realize that someday, that day will come for you as well. Everyone. No one's being left out, really. Cookie, thank you. And we do. And the beautiful part of life, Katrina, hello, is that no one should feel ever left out. When the waves of your connections happen, it will happen. Trust me, it's going to. And you're going to have the most beautiful experience ever. I love to think of things in a synergy of light, where the only thing that matters is being in the moment, being in the moment of that reality, and allowing yourself to not care about anything else other than the positive connections that you can make. When you make those positive connections, you'll never let them go. When you make that connection with people that are supposed to be doing what they're supposed to be doing, you don't let them go ever. You build on those relationships, because it's a beautiful thing. And you're all going to do that. You're all going to build relationships with your star family. Maybe some of you already have. I believe you have. Others have yet to do it. You're going to do it at some point. Chris says, so amazing. Once I became spiritual, And Chris, you are spiritual. We're all connected, right, Paul? Thank you, Deborah. And my whole mission work here on Earth is positivity, to bring the positive to all the people of Earth, to bring that understanding, to try to help you forget everything that is confusing. Because there's a lot of confusion on this planet, to be real. Everything, media, social media, websites, agendas, everybody has one somewhere. They all do, if you really look at it deeply. But once you get rid of all the agendas and all this other stuff, all you have is truth that comes within you, above you, and connects with you. Within you, above you, and connects with you. Understand? L1NZ1, welcome. So I'm fired up tonight, and I will be fired up constantly because things are amping up now. Thank you, Michelle. You won't see me with any neon lights behind me blinking. You're not going to see me holding a pendulum telling you the truth. I don't need any of that stuff. That's all material things that to make it look good. Oh, here's a person with a pendulum going to tell you the answer. I've been there, done that. No. Take all this stuff out, pull the curtain, open the stage, and see what it is. L1NZ1 says, I feel it. Strange feeling, but I feel it. Thank you, Laura J. Thank you for the cat. So I'm on sort of a monologue right now. I don't always do this, but this is one of my nights where I'm fired up, speaking cosmic truth around the world. And we'll get to guest interviews a little bit later. Hey, Spiritual Spot, good to see you up there, upstate New York. What a beautiful soul. And it's all about the love, you see. Once we attain the ability to love, that's the first thing. Once we attain the ability, hey, Spirit Fire, thank you. Once we attain the ability to love, understand what real love is, without any ego, without any doubt, thank you for wow, that's really good. My eyes just really changed there for a minute. Without any doubt, that's what it is. I spent most of my cosmic life on Earth keep walking up the mountain. So when I cross the cosmic rope, and there is one, it might be invisible, I always walk on that rope. And if you can walk on that rope and not fall off the rope, the key is to keep walking on that rope, never falling on that rope. And then when you get to the mountain, you keep going higher. Sonja, thank you. When you get to the mountain, you see how high it is. It's not impossible to climb it or walk on it. You just have to be following that trail up the mountain, not letting anything on either side of you stop you. When you get to the top of that mountain, whenever that is, you'll get there. Whatever time it takes you to get there, you'll get there. When you get to the top of the mountain, you will see everything you need to see. That will help you. You see what I'm saying? Do you get my drift? Do you understand where I'm coming from, brothers and sisters? Do you get it? I hope so. Because it's a beautiful, beautiful universe. And even though we live on a planet that's all messed up in some ways, we are not messed up. We must stay true to who we are. We must stand true to who we are and walk that path of light that takes us to the highest mountain. And when we get to the highest mountain, we never stop. It's only the beginning. That's only one mountain. And then there's another mountain and another mountain and another mountain. And as we keep going up those mountains, brothers and sisters, we're able to succeed in any possible way we wish to as cosmic beings of light, as star people in human form. Because in truth, the human form is our suit. The human form is like a space suit. We wear this suit just so we can live on Earth and do what we do. But in truth, our real form is within us. the cosmic light, the cosmic spirit, that higher self. The truth of who we are is within us. Yes, the meat suit. You can call it the meat suit craft. That's a good expression. And Sprite says meat suit too. So however you want to call it, the fact is, look at who you truly are. I think it's Fufi. Thank you for that. Thank you. So my message comes direct because I'm with the Ashtar Command. I've been with them for years. I can talk as a just regular human person, or I can talk in this way right now. And can you feel the energy coming through the screen? Because when I'm talking this way, I'm talking in my cosmic spiritual beingness. You understand? And when I talk this way, I'm expressing the great love and gratitude that our Space Command has for every single person on this planet that is doing the mission work. That means many of you. I don't channel anything. So what I'm talking about now, I'm giving to you direct without any communications. I'm not telecommunicating with any of my space beings like Kadar Manka. But I am speaking to you, all of you, with great love in my heart for everyone. No matter who you are, a new soul that has come to find the show, or somebody who's been watching me since the beginning. Thank you, Katrina. Thank you, Sprite. And the commander is always going to do what he thinks is right. Always. I got to. If I don't, it's not going to help anybody. So I'm always going to do what I think is right and listen to my own heart, in my own meditations. I will know what the truth is, what I need to do, and whatever it is. So we're going to have a lot to share tonight, a lot to understand tonight, you see. And whatever I give you tonight, one love, good to see you, one universal love, take that to heart. Remember it. Be that light. Be that activated soul. Be the one who's going to change the world. That's right, because that's what you're here to do. We're not here to run away from the planet. We're here to embrace the earth and change the planet to make it a place of peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light, and universal understanding. No religions, no political parties, no governments. We're here to come together and shed all that stuff away, all that artificial thing that is existing on the surface. And we are here to be truly that one who is going to be the firing light of cosmic change. Do you understand? Thank you, Trina. Keep mind pure. I love that name. Love and joy. I had a dream coming from space. We're supposed to bring love and joy back to Earth. Yes, absolutely. Love and joy. Love and joy. That's how people live in the spiritual worlds beyond Earth, with love and joy. There's no disharmony. There's no doubt. There's no greed. There's no jealousy. Nothing. They live in harmony with the Creator. And we are going there too, all of us. We're all going into that level. You might not be totally there yet. You might say, well, how am I going to get there? How am I going to do it? You'll do it. I have faith in all of you, the ones that don't have gotten there yet. Everyone's going to do it when they're ready. Everybody will. And we were like in an RV bus singing Binary Star System. Interesting. Interesting there, keep in mind. Sure. So tonight on the show, you're going to see the original radar tracking of the radar tracker when 9 years ago, Flight 370 disappeared. And many of you might have at least seen the news that they're going to reopen the case for Flight 370, Malaysian Flight 370. I'm going to show you the tracking radar that the news media is not going to show you. The international news media is not going to show you the tracking radar. You know why? Even if they can find it. because it's going to tell you the truth, you see. And the truth is not something that the major media is known to do. You know, they're not going to tell you. It's not going to happen. I'll be sharing it after 11 o'clock. After 11 p.m., I'll be getting ready to share that. Sometimes it's me. Good to see you always. And when you see this, watch this tracking radar. You're gonna have to watch it for a few minutes. You're gonna see Flight 370 going over the East China Sea, and you're gonna see what looks like a jet icon turn into a disc, a gold disc. It switches over to a disc. Now, in tracking radar systems, there's no way a jet turns into a disc and then turns back to a jet. It doesn't happen. That's because it wasn't a jet in the first place. So yeah, you're going to see this. Have a good seat, folks. Make yourselves comfortable on encounters here tonight. You know, let people know we're here for new people. Welcome to the show that is a show that's out of this world. 11 Eastern, 10 Central, 9 Mountain, and 8 o'clock West Coast. 3 o'clock in the morning in Australia. Oh yeah, we're fired up tonight. We are filled with love and we're fired up. Nikki, thank you for the roses. And we're going to bust any matrix in the mental consciousness of minds that might be out there. So watch out, regular human beings, because the commander's here. And we will bust your belief system. We will. Guaranteed. Watch out. Hey, Derek, good to see you. Welcome. Hey, Pray for Peace. Good to see you. Love the name. That's a great name. Joe, thanks for being here. CJ751. Jupiter. I like Jupiter. That's a good name. Daniel, welcome to the show. So you're not late for anything, everybody. Those that are getting here at 11, you're just on time. I started earlier tonight. I came on at 10:19. And I'm still doing cosmic commentary here. Yep, I'm giving a little dissertation on what's going to be happening. Daniel, thank you for the roses. We appreciate it. Do you see orbs too, Commander? I've never seen orbs that I can recall. But one time we were all sitting in the living room here. My cat saw a golden form come through the window. This was last year. And we all of a sudden looked up and there was this golden form that went through the wall and went out again. It was like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Thank you, Spiritual Spot. Oh yeah, keep mind pure. Many of the star people are very aware of us. They are. Susan Mary, thank you for the enchanted guitar. I've never seen that before. Hey, Susan Mary, thank you. We're being watched, and we're also going to be having contact soon in the next few years. I keep having to stress that point because nobody really is. Not really on social media, I think. I monitor a lot of different things, YouTube, TikTok, discussions. You know, people might be talking about certain things under a certain agenda. But other than that, the star people are coming in force in the next 3 years. The star people. And you know who the star people are? They are the spiritual beings of light. The people from other... Hey, Rod, thank you for the roses. They're the spiritual people of light. The ones that you've been waiting for. The ones that you're connected with. The ones that you have read about over the years, depending what decade you were born. You know, the contactees of the 40s, the 50s, and 60s, they went on spaceships in the deserts. And there's a contactee in Italy in the 50s or 60s who had contact. There are people like in Switzerland, like Billy Meyer. He had contact with the Palladians. So there have been things very individually happening over the last, in the 50s and 60s and early 70s. But that's not what's happening now. What's happening now is we're getting ready for major contact and a big shift in the vibrational patterns of the Earth and within our solar system and the universe as a whole. So not only is the Earth going to vibrate into a higher state, every single planet, every solar system, every galaxy in our universe is going into an upper frequency mode. Do you understand? You know what that means? Do you get it, what I'm saying here? Write this down. Take notes. The commander is giving you information. Good. It's really important to stay focused. When you stay focused, that's when you will be able to do what you need to do. If you get your mind scattered during the day or, whatever, you can get scattered because there's all kinds of stuff going on around you. But when you have that one time to be alone with yourself, recenter. Don't get scattered in your thoughts. Recenter. Nikki says the 12 tribes of us. I can't tell you how much when I teach my classes, I get everybody centered in a circle before I take them off planet. We clear everything out of their minds. And then they go into a state where we can go into the Merkaba state and travel beyond Earth to the golden ship. And I love when people come back and they can actually tell me and keep a journal of what their experience was, remember what it was like. The whole thing is to remember now. The whole point is for each person all over the planet to remember who you are. If you don't remember who you are, start working on it. If you have any questions about how you can get to where you are, don't hesitate to ask. I can help you. That's what it's all about. That's the mission work, to help others. If others out there know, and there are others in this room that know how to do this, help others. Reach out to other people and help them if they ask for help. Because you've been there. You know what you're doing. You're now in that cosmic state. Help others. It'll make life a lot easier to help others. And as we help one another, it's a beautiful thing. It's a synergy of energy where we come together, communally, helping each other in a great state of cosmic love. And if we can do that, we will transform this earth in ways you've never, ever seen before. I have a live helping. Oh, good. I need help. Nyla. You will certainly have help here. Lavella, good to see you. I manifest them all the time, but it depends on how I feel internally. So you are so right. Thank you, Nikki. It's really important to focus. If you're going to manifest your connections with your star family, you have to be focused, not scattered. Because it's like taking, what's the thought? It's like taking a cup of tea, and the cup of tea is clear. You can see the top, you can see right to the bottom of the cup. But if you put all kinds of stuff in the tea, then the tea is not clear anymore. It's all like mushed up with all kinds of stuff in it. You say, what happened to my tea? That tea was really clear just now. But now I put all this stuff in it, I can't see what the tea looks like. So remember, what I'm saying is keep your consciousness clear. If you want to facilitate getting into that state where you're going to be able to elevate your consciousness to the cosmic state, keep it clear. Don't get sidetracked by sensational things and all this other stuff on Earth. Keep it clear. Keep it focused. And as you do that, you'll have the most beautiful experiences of learning in your life. Realize I have a helping, all good diet and exercise also, a very good rod. It's the things that we aspire to do on Earth. Like if your aspiration, hey, Candy Coated, if your aspiration is to be nothing more than an Earth human, that's fine if that's who you want to be. But if you aspire to remember who you are, besides being an Earth human, that's the biggest step you can make. If you aspire to something more than just having a human experience, that is the biggest step you can make, brothers and sisters. Because if you do that, everything else becomes immaterial. Nikki says, I've had HDHD ADHD and anxiety, so sometimes can't help it, but most of the time it's completely happy. Yeah, that makes it somewhat difficult sometimes. John Barris, welcome to the show. So in a few minutes, I'm going to show the video that's going to blow your mind, showing the actual tracking footage from the tracker the day that MH370 disappeared. I talked about this a few days ago. I told you I was going to find the footage, and I did. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm going to show you is going to moderate. So yeah, I want to say hello to my moderators, Johnny the third kind, my moderator Johnny, welcome. Johnny, say hello to everybody. Johnny's on Marinade, Johnny, and a few others. Chesno's in here. MS Care Bear, good evening. Good to see you out there in Wisconsin, I think. I believe Johnny's in here. Johnny, you with us? You were in here. Oh, there he is, Johnny the third kind. I had to mute someone. Oh, okay. I gotcha. You're doing a good job, my friend. Notorious PUP. So we're going to get started. We're already started. The commander's fired up here, so watch out. Wooden chicken, I see things before they happen. Interesting. That's something probably because you came from another world beyond Earth. You remember how to do that. You have an ability, would it be psychic ability? So you see things before they happen. That's part of the galactic consciousness that you brought to Earth. Interesting. Peggy, thanks for joining us. I'm looking at all the names here. You're watching Encounters. I'm CmdrAleon. If you don't know who I am, I'm from planet Mars. I came out of the closet many years ago. I work in cosmic Christ consciousness, which is different than 3D religion. I operate in Christ consciousness, the Christ consciousness. I worked with the Ashtar Galactic Command off planet for many years before I came to Earth. Before I came to Earth, but on Earth, let me rephrase that. Before there was any internet, websites about Ashtar, I've been working with the Ashtar Command since I've been on Earth, but I am from the Ashtar Command off planet, if that makes sense. I'm a contactee, and we're going to get into some stuff here tonight. Hey, Prissy Nana, 33. I did not get to say hi earlier. I've been in the bath. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you're out of the bath. Welcome to the show. Monique, good to see you. Matthew 2010, welcome to the show. Penny, welcome to the show. Tammy Lou, thank you for the likes. You'll find people will find out about this show. We love everybody. Doing radio for 21 years on the radio. I love everybody that listens to me on the radio station, NPR radio station, my Ashtar Command show. And you have to be the walk. You have to talk the talk and walk the walk and talk the talk and walk the walk. What does that mean? You have to be unconditional love. If you want to change the planetary system, you have to show the love of the frequency of love to everybody, new and old. And I do that on my show because I want everyone to watch the show and people to be participants and learn and get excited and understand now there's something on TikTok you can go to, which is not somebody hitting their head against a disco ball. Because there are those people, and then the ones that are sleeping with lights blinking, and they're sleeping with 3,000 people watching them sleep and snore. Oh, that's really educational. And boy, that'll get me motivated. Believe me, that's what I saw when I first came on here over a year ago. But times are changing, brothers and sisters. Times are changing. You are the change. You are the change. You're the cosmic change on this planet, all of you. We're all in this together. All of us. Some of us are here to help the others that are in this together to understand that we're now ready to turn on the light, turn on the switch. And there might be billions of humans that don't understand what's going on right now, but just wait till contact happens. Just wait till the armada of spaceships start showing up. The fleets of ships of light start showing up, and they will. Not 10,000 years from now, not 20 years from now, not 100 years from now, but very soon. Very soon. Now, we're not going to get into that. I have to stay really focused. Nothing against seeing the artifacts, but we have to stay focused. Yes, we're definitely going to have some great things happen. And for many years, and this is when I came onto Facebook in 2009, the one thing I found was there were all these people channeling the same being, telling us every year that something beautiful is going to happen. And, you know, I'm here to tell you, no channeling, no cards, no pendulums, no crystal balls, direct information. Get ready for contact. Some of you already know it's going to happen. You can feel it in your bones, in your soul, in whatever way you want to look at it. Get ready for contact. Yes, they will be peaceful. They're going to be the ones that are peaceful. The ones that were not peaceful, that were abducting people, they're being kicked off the planet. Anything that has been a negative ET is being kicked off the planet. They've already been kicked off, many of them. They're being kicked off the planet. They're being busted out of here. There's no negativity. They're going to be just whatever. If they're hiding anywhere on the planet, they're going to be kicked off this planet so quickly you're not going to even know what happened. They are the negative ETs. They're the ones that were in the 60s, 60s and 70s and early 80s, I think it was. You don't see much of it now because most of them have been actually kicked off the planet. The Ashtar Galactic Command is making sure that there's none of them left. The Ashtar Command people that are coming to Earth are making sure that there's no negative ETs on the planet. Okay? They're not going to be allowed to be here. They're going to kick some cosmic butt, so to speak. Let me put it that way. As I'm sitting here in full confidence of everything I am saying, watch out, folks. I am fired up. Better not be hiding behind your TV set or your couch or in your garage or in the closet. No need to hide. I'm here. All right. Thank you, ONNZ1. I did some really beautiful meditations today after I got home and this morning too. And my guidance is very, very direct now. You know, one thing you need to understand, be who you are, every one of you. Don't be afraid to be who you are. Be who you are. Stand in that light of who you are. Every one of you. And if you do that, that's all you need to do. Jessica said, I just meditated. Great. Chris, you will. Take the time to do that. Jen Marie Palladian. See? Good to meet you, Jen Marie Palladian. See, when people can come out of the closet on my show and say they are Palladian, I love that. Own it. Live it. Breathe it. You are Palladian. Good to meet you, Palladian person, Jenny. You know, Arcturian. Good to meet you. I think it's Fufi. Fufi's an Arcturian. Good to meet you. She's an Arcturian. This is when I came out of the closet over when I was a kid, when I said I came from Mars. But I didn't say I came from the Ashtar Command when I was a kid because I didn't even know they existed until I woke up later in years. Leah, welcome to the show. Nice to meet you, Jen Marie. And see, if we interact this way, that we say, nice to meet you. Oh, it's nice to meet you. Oh, you're from the Palladian star system. You came here to Earth. If we act this way with each other, we can change the planetary system. All it takes is the way we treat each other. See how easy it is? Teachable moment. Everybody honor who they are. Be who you are. Nice to meet you, Leah. See? That's the way, when I came to Earth in my adult life, that's the way I would want to treat another person. That's why this show is what it is. That's why this show is the top UFO spiritual talk show on social media, because I'm the host, the creator, the moderator, not the moderator, well, the creator and the host. So I turn the switches on and off. Ultimately, the end of the result of this show, since I've been on here, goes with me. What I do on here goes with me. What I decide to do goes with me. And that's in an unconditional, non-egotistical way. It's just the way I produce things. It's the production part of it. It's the creative part of my consciousness. Thank you, Kit Kat. I like that. The host with the most. I think we have to make a t-shirt. You know? Chris says, we want all creators like the Divine Spirit. And Johnny, the third kind, my mother says, 1 year so love, so beautiful. Nice to watch your show, Commander. Thank you. It's nice to have you with us, Just Jane Doe. I like your colorful symbol. That's really beautiful. I like that. You know? So we're going to show you. Thank you. Jen Marie, you're right. The collective consciousness is rising. So I'm going to get this video going here. I'm going to turn the light out in a minute. I'm going to show you the tracking. You're going to have to be, willing to just be patient. I'm going to get the camera closer. Whoops, closer here. And I'm going to have to sit down. Let me see if I can move this stuff here. I'm going to have to sit down here and turn the green screen off. And I will show you the tracking radar. Let's see here. This is going to be fun. Let me see here. I got to get it ready. You're going to see the tracking radar of Flight 370 on the tracking radar. As soon as I go to where I'm going, wait a minute. That's not where I want to be. Of course, I'm going to the home screen. In a moment, you're going to see why you were lied to. We're going to show you the actual footage. Here it is. Let me see here. I'm stopping it. Let me go off of the screen here for a minute. I'm going to take the effects off of here. Let me switch myself. Can I switch it? I'm going to flip it. Okay, here's the radar. Let me get this ready. You're going to see something here. Watch the screen. Okay, you'll see what's going to happen. Watch very carefully and watch. I'm going to turn the light off so you can see this. I'm going to show you the radar tracking that shows the icons. So watch this. Okay, we're going to get played now. Here we go. I don't remember how long it is, but watch. As you're watching this, you see all the little icons of jets. Watch this and see what happens. Wait a minute. You're going to see, as it goes off the coast to the right, you're going to see Malaysian Flight 370. Where is that here? It should be somewhere in here. I want to make sure I didn't. It'll be going over the water. And just keep watching. This is the original. It's from Flight Trader 24. Flight Trader 24 is an online app. You can watch jets and everything in any part of the country or world. And you're going to see Flight 370 go over the water. Let me see if I've gone too far here. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. No, I haven't gone too far. You see the red one? That's Flight 370, MH370. You see the red icon? That's the actual 370. You're going to see it go over the water. You're going to see what looks like a jet, the little gold things. You're going to see one jet turn into a flying saucer. It'll have a disc shape. Keep watching and see what, and you're going to see what happens here. This is the stuff that they're trying to cover up. I've got the footage here. This is the footage I saw over 9 years ago before it was taken out. I can't make it larger. Unfortunately, I can't make it larger. Let me see here. I wish I could make it larger. But if you can zoom in on the camera lens, zoom in. But you're going to see, as it goes over the water, watch what happens. Watch very carefully what's going on here. You're going to see a jet, what looks to be a jet icon, but watch what happens. Let me see if I can bring this up a little bit more. Keep watching the red icon and watch what happens. Keep watching it. That's MH370, the red icon. That's the original tracking radar. You'll see in a minute or two what's going to happen here. You're going to see it turn on an angle. You see how it disappeared? Now, in the tracking radar, let me go backwards.
Large UFO hovering at sea, October 19th, 2023.
Let me go backwards here. I do have the tracking radar. Let me go backwards here. Hold a minute. The radar did show, I'm not sure what's going on with this thing, but this is the original one. I had it on here just a second ago. You did see, okay, I know it didn't see that. I do have the video. This might be a different video. Give me a second here. I'm going to go back. There was an icon of a disc on here. Let me try to get, I think I seen it to the right side. There was a disc in the video. Let me see here what's going on. I saved it. All right. Well, it definitely was on the video. We're going to go back. Yeah, I showed a different video. There's another video of the tracking radar, and it shows the thing turning into a disc. And it shows this going over the water, and then there's another jet that turns into like a circular disc. Did anybody see it, or am I just like, this is the video that I just saved about an hour ago. I'm sorry. I saw it. Okay, Judy Rowan says she saw it. Okay, some people said they did see it. So let's keep watching it for a minute. Yeah, it was on the right side of the plane, yes. Let me see if it shows up again. So look at the right side of the plane. I know it was on this video because this is the one about over an hour ago. I see the jet that's going all the way out. Watch the jet all the way out there. Watch the jet all the way out there going really fast. Watch that jet. It's one of the jets here that turns into a different shape. Which jet is it here? I mean, I saw it on the video. Let's see, to show it. This one jet went so fast. Oh yeah, you can, yeah, there it is. You see it? The jet that turned into the circle thing that turned into a jet. That was the thing I'm talking about. It was right there to the right. It was right there to the right. See the jet disappear? That jet just disappeared. No other jet disappeared. That jet disappeared, and then seconds later, watch what happens. I didn't have the camera to where it was supposed to be. I'm telling you, folks, I'm telling you the truth. Bam, it's gone. Let me go back. Let me see here. Let me see if I can get back to the tracking radar. Wait a minute. I'm going to show it to you again. Just so you know, if you're not watching this show right now, you're missing something. I want you to see it. I didn't have the camera pointed in the right direction. When you watch this, you're going to see the icon of the jet go like way quicker than any other slow little icon of jets that are on the tracking radar. And you're going to see that go out to the China Sea. And as Flight 370 makes its way out there, you're going to see, I want people to see this again because I know some people missed it. I want you to see this again. This is the thing that's been covered up, this tracking flight radar tracking system. I can't believe I found it. They didn't take it down. Somebody had it recorded. I found it, though, with a lot of research. Now you're going to see Flight 370. Keep your eyes over to the right side of the ocean off Malaysia, off the coast of Malaysia. I want you to get this. I want you to absorb this information right now. Okay? I want you to know where the truth is coming from here on Encounters. It's not coming from CBS, NBC, some video documentary on YouTube that somebody made, or some discussions with airline pilots that said it probably crashed in the ocean. Didn't crash anywhere. Now, as the flight goes over, watch, you're going to see one of the jet icons, you're going to see it go really quick. And jets don't go that quick. Watch what's going to happen here. It's going to blow your mind. Just watch what happens here. It says it's going out there. Watch for a jet to start taking off over the ocean, going real fast. You're going to see this in just a minute. Guaranteed. We're busting the matrix right here, right now. See the little icon, that little circle? Now see that thing that just turned into a jet? Look how fast that's going. You see the one that's going really fast? Watch it disappear after Malaysian Flight 370 gets over the water. Watch it just, bam, blink out. There was no glitch on the radar. Watch what happens. As soon as the jet gets over the ocean, yeah, 3 of them turned to a disc because they weren't jets. Watch it get over the ocean, and then that one that's all the way out there to the right, that went all the way really fast, watch it disappear. It'll disappear first, and then the jet disappears. Or the jet disappears first, and then the jet that's not a jet disappears. Now, jets don't just disappear. Watch this jet here. The red one is Flight 370. Watch the one all the way out past the other 2 jets onto the right. Look what happens. Just wait. As soon as the flight disappears, watch the red object and the one to the right. See the one disappear there? The one that disappeared, watch that. 2 of them disappeared. The 2 that disappeared were spaceships. They weren't jets. You see that? That's what I wanted to show you. That's what I want you to see. You've been lied to. Let me turn the light back on here. Okay? Whoops. Okay. Now you know the truth. Now, whoops, where am I? Let me switch. Oh, I got myself switched over. What's happening here? Okay. So now I got to switch myself back over on the screen. Whoops. Here I am. Okay, folks. Now you can see me. I had to switch my camera over. You know, I want you to know that's the truth. Now that's the cosmic truth. I never steer you wrong on my show. I'll never steer you wrong. You know, and I save that footage because I know if the government finds that footage, they're going to take it down. I guarantee it. That footage will be taken down on that tracking flight radar, and nobody will ever see it again. Hold on a minute. I'm bringing Friends with Furries up down the rabbit hole. In a few minutes, I'm bringing Friends with Furries up. We have more. I got to redo this because my TikTok is doing some weird stuff. Wait a minute. Actually, we're going to bring Friends with Furry. We're going to bring you up. And we're going to bring my screen went dark here for a minute. I don't care. I can't figure out why my color went down on my screen here, but that's all right. Okay. Okay. So first I'm going to introduce James. James, welcome.
Hello,
Ladies and
everybody.
gentlemen, boys and girls, children
And
of
April,
all
welcome.
ages, hello.
And did anyone just watch did you guys see the flight tracking radar I just showed?
That was
Oh,
really
yes.
cool.
That's exactly what happened to Flight 370. Those jet icons that looked like jets, two of them were actually spaceship icons. They switched over looking like a disc to a jet. And you see how that other jet icon just took off, went ahead into the water?
And how
Way
fast
faster than
it was going. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No
That-
jet goes that fast.
No, the other ones were going really slow, and those were just pew.
They just took off. And when Flight 370, the red one icon disappeared, the other two, within moments afterwards, blinked out. You know why? The jet was taken into another dimension. It was actually taken onto a big ship. I told this 9 years ago. I knew what happened to it. I said that it was taken into a large ship outside of the Earth's atmosphere, and that everybody is still, all the people on that jet are still alive. None of them died. None of them perished. They didn't crash anywhere. They're alive. They are.
They have ships that are
Commander,
big.
Yeah.
Commander, remember the other day we were on the phone and we were talking about the show Manifest?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something if this is like one of those premonition type things and that plane comes back 5 years later and everybody's the same age?
Ooh.
I was just watching Manifest the other night where they came back and they landed and nobody knew they came back and it was like 5 years into the future. That would be kind of interesting. But the fact that radar tracking is still available, I thought I had taped it and saved the tracking 9 years ago when it happened. I thought I had saved it, but it took me a long time to find this radar tracking. And when I found it, I saved it on my Ashtar Command Spaceship news page. So this way I'll have it forever. So they try to take it down. I have a copy of it right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you now know the commander knows what he's talking about when it comes to something like this. That anything you watch on TV that's going to start happening now, where they're searching for the flight, don't believe any of it, folks. It's a lie. It's a cover up. These people with all the money in the media, they don't know that this tracking radar recording exists. I can't believe that.
That is
You know, the commander is fired up tonight for the cosmic truth. So beware. The commander's here. And I am fired up.
Have no fear, Commander is here.
That's right. Have no fear. And I'm going to turn it over to April. And April is very important to the show, and we're all important. But April really is, with me and a few other people, we're going to be this year, and I say this with a great deal of humbleness and understanding that she's already been the one going on the ship, and she is instrumental as a teacher. For me, I feel like a student, and she is teaching us from her experiences on the ship. I actually, April, got the picture images of the faces. I
Yeah.
saved it on here, and I can show them right on my screen tonight if you want me to.
Yeah, I would. When I saw those, I was like, "Oh my God," because it really did look like it look. But we were in when I saw our space being bodies, with the exception of that you had like, if you can imagine you being like muscular and
Right,
tall and
right.
like a something like an old school Viking is what you looked like.
Yeah,
You had like, I
I'm just
know, I
picturing
know.
Commander with his hair, in locks and his long
yeah.
beard and
Right,
his
like
chest rippling.
Doing the Captain
Well,
Morgan stand.
well,
Yeah.
when I go on the ship, I'm going to see if they'll let me go into the other body and come back to Earth looking like the Viking warrior.
He's gonna come out of the ship like Captain America.
I know.
Captain, hey, I'm Commander Captain America Alion.
He's gonna have to move from Connecticut and start doing his show from Miami Beach with his shirt off.
Let's start calling him Fabio.
Yeah, folks, I will be doing a live broadcast on my father's spaceship. I'm Commander Leon. I'll be wearing my muscular shirts that I have on the board ship.
Well, to get you some tank tops.
Tank top.
Everybody,
I'm gonna have a galactic tank top.
Commander, it's officially 11:30. That means everybody get your cosmic apple cider out and
That's
let's
right.
do a cheers for the Ashtar Command.
Absolutely, brothers and sisters. I'm drinking wine right now. And so we have a lot of stuff that's going on. It's so beautiful. I feel so honored to realize how beautiful it is. And I did a lot of meditation this morning, which I like to do in the morning. And it's just a good thing before I go out and enjoy the day and go amongst other human beings to be in that state. I think it's good for everybody. So I want to, before we get into stuff that April has to share with us, because there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and she's got some real galactic news from what's happening, and we're going to keep people updated because we have to. It's important that what we can share with you, we will share. And so I want to show you these pictures. And April, if you want to narrate, I will go to the pictures. Let me see here. I'll show you each picture.
If you're gonna narrate, you've got to do it like a Discovery Channel show.
I should let Rabbit Hole do it. He's got the voice.
He's got the voice to do narration. Let me see here.
You do it.
So
You do it, Rabbit.
As
let me see.
Cosmic beings descended upon her Vermont flat, they made
Now, I have the pictures.
in the distance.
You know what? I don't know why I don't see them, but I have them on here. Oh, yeah, I do have them right here. They're in the first few. I'm looking right at them. Here's the first one. Okay, I'm going to move my head out of the way. Here's the first one. This is the first picture. So
that one.
Let people. Go ahead.
That one is Johnny.
So I'm going to keep that picture up there. Johnny, do you see your face?
If you look down like at the bottom, you can see his nose, his mouth. It's a lot more clear on mine, but when I transferred it over, it took some of the detail out. But it's definitely Johnny's face. Like when they did this, they showed us laughing. They showed us all standing together. They showed me hugging Johnny. They showed me and you like facing each other, and we were smiling, and at one point they showed us crying together like we were good friends, and they showed moments, and then they showed our faces, and those are what I pulled up. But there was a lot more detail in my photos. It was just hard when I transferred it over. It's like some of the details got moved out. I should have
no problem.
to it.
April.
Yes.
I just put my email address in there. So what I'm gonna suggest is next time you get one, a good picture, send it to me, and what I can do is I could shrink it So when Commander puts it on his big screen, it will look a little better.
Okay.
Oh, good. Yeah, April, do that. That'd be good. And I'm going to show one of the other. I'm going to go into one of the other pictures here. Wait a minute. That's not what I want to do. What's going on here? Okay, here's the second one. This is the second picture.
Now the second one is you. You can see your sideburns. You can see your hair in it. That one's definitely, you can see your cheeks in
Wait a second. Wait.
Hold it back and look
Hold
at
on. You're talking about right there in the white dot. I
Yeah.
see Commander looking at the camera.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I see my hair too. It's right in there.
In his ear.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like Conan O'Brien hair.
Uh-huh. And then the first one is me looking down. But I thought it was more important to show you and Johnny because I mean you could really make your faces out.
Yeah, I can see it.
I kind of lost the detail in the moving,
Yeah.
but you can see your face clearly in that one.
Commander,
Yeah.
put your face. Wait, sit in front of the camera. All right, look, everybody, take a look. Now back away. See, woo! Is he still there?
Now this was sent to me from our space being friends, and a little light, it came down, and a little tiny drop of light just came down, and then it was like about 10 feet away from me, and then it moved closer, and then I seen, it sounds gonna sound out there, but the fairies were around it, and they pulled open the light, and as they pulled it open, this like little scene started to play out, because I was outside and I was upset, and I was, doubting whether I should, even move forward with anything, and I was out there and I was talking to my fairy friends, and then that came down from the sky, and then that happened, and they were showing moments of us laughing, of us talking, of us crying, and basically show. And then I felt this like this overwhelming sensation of love.
Mm.
I can't even explain the feeling. It was just, it was so much love that it was very, very overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I knew what they were telling me. So
Yeah. I mean, it's so easy. I can see my face in there. I've been observing this photo ever since you posted it.
Mhm.
And if you can't see our faces, you got to relook at it and take out whatever you're thinking in your perceptions of reality and just look at it with a very clear consciousness. And then on this other picture here, this is the third picture. Let me see here. There we go.
Me looking down, you can see my bangs. You can
Yeah, yeah, she's looking down.
You can see the top of my head is like the main part of it, and then you can see my eyes, my nose, my mouth, but you can definitely see my bangs, and you can see like
You
the
got a
light.
little ponytail on the back thing going on.
No, that's just part of the light. That was actually
But
that thing
I
that,
can see your mouth, your nose, and your eyes.
yes, and then like you can see the like how it's light around my face. That's the blonde in
Yeah.
my hair.
Yeah, no, I can see that. If you can't see it, folks, you must be blind. Just kidding. But it's right there. You can see it. Yeah, James will be able to take any pictures like that are clear. If you send it to him, he'll make sure that they stay clear, and then he can resend it.
Yeah, I
to
was
me,
saying if you email it to me, I'll just take the hard copy, like, because I'm sure that this is like a zoomed in. In fact, you know what I would suggest, April? Don't take a zoomed in picture next time. Take a regular, like just a regular distance picture, and send that to me, and I can enhance that, and it'll look way better.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
you don't zoom in and just do like just a one-time zoom and just take a picture of the area, when I enhance it, it'll have those all those megapixels will show up, so it'll look really good.
Yeah. James knows how to do that, April. He'll do
Like
that.
when I take the pictures of the mountains and stuff, I have to zoom in because
No,
they're far away from my house.
no, don't worry about it. Yeah, no, don't worry about that. The camera, even though you can't see it, the camera is picking up everything. So if the mountain is like miles and miles away, don't zoom into it. Just take a regular picture, and then I can enhance that regular picture. It'll be so much clearer than a zoomed in picture.
Yeah, he knows what to do with it. He'll be able to do it.
But do you see what I'm talking about? You see that stuff that looks like pixelations around it? That's the energy that is on my property. I cannot, when I'm
Right.
on my property, I cannot take a clear photo. When I'm off my
Oh,
property, clear as
yeah.
day. Clear as day. They look
Well,
beautiful. You look like you're looking at some kind of
yeah,
poster, but I get it. I'm on
yeah.
my property and it looks crazy. It's
Yeah,
always
James he'll be able to he'll be able to clear that up.
Yeah, especially if you don't zoom in, because it's weird. People don't realize that even though you're not zoomed in, if you don't zoom in your camera, you're actually getting a much clearer image. Even if something is miles away,
Yeah,
the camera is still gonna pick it up. And so, like, this is a good lesson for people doing like when they do see a UFO, don't zoom in.
yeah,
Take the video of it zoomed out, and then once you get that video, we can enhance it, and when we
yeah,
do zoom in, it will be so much more clearer than when you're trying to zoom in with your camera.
yeah. They'll be good. He'll be able to do it. He's technically able to do that stuff, so it'll be really great.
okay.
Yep, it'll help. But I had to show these pictures because you can, unless you're blind, you can if you observe them long enough, you can see the images of all three of us, and that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. And this is what the contact's about. They're showing us things that the connections we have, and it's the most beautiful thing. And that's why I feel like April's a teacher here, and I so much respect her for what she's doing. I'm a teacher when I need to be, but I'm also humble enough to be a student because this is all new to all of us, and it's new to me because I have a father on board a ship who's my cosmic biological father, a mother, brothers and sisters that I'm going to meet soon, and it's going to be that's important, but also the mission of what they're going to bring to the table and the things we're going to be able to do. And we're going to be able to eat food on their ship, which is vegetarian, and I'll be happy with that. I'm sure I'll be able to eat, fruits and vegetables because I have no problem with that. They're vegetarian. And then we're going to all these different places as April was talking about. But let's get into April, some of the updated stuff that's happening.
Okay, so
Yeah.
last night, I was in a pretty in-depth conversation with one of my friends, and while I was talking to this person, I happened to walk past my window and see something going on up in the mountains. So, of course, I grab my phone and I walk outside with it and I start filming what's going on up in the mountain, and I see it look like a bunch of it looked like tornadoes coming out
Wow.
coming down from the sky into the mountain, and I'm like, what is going on up there? The back of the
Hmm.
mountain was lit up, which was really strange because that doesn't happen. It's all like thick, heavy forest up there, like woods. I mean, there is no way possible for people to get up there unless they're like hiking like hundreds of miles. I mean, people get lost
Oh my gosh.
and these are thick heavy woods, and many people have gotten lost in these woods where they've had certain
Yes.
search parties. But anyways, and this is where Mikey usually rests at, up in that hill. That's where he kind of hangs out to keep an eye over my whole mountain and my property up here.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's like his favorite spot to kind of sit at. And Mikey was in a spot, and then Mikey was like, he hopped over like he's like you know what Mikey is. He's like
Yeah. Yeah.
a dimensional ship being type
Yeah.
protector.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, he's sitting
Absolutely.
in a spot, but then he comes up and he like did this hop and he moved his spot, but he didn't change from his rainbow color, because when he changes to any other color, like red is his defense mode, um,
Yeah.
like what happened with that bad ship that
Yeah.
had come,
Yeah.
he
Okay.
defended the
They
property
got
there.
rid of it. Got rid of it, right, April?
Right. So he
Yeah.
turned bright red, expanded himself, and then shot something at this ship, and it took off. Anyways, so Mikey stayed rainbow, although he was flaring up. He kept flaring up.
Hmm.
So I wasn't sure if he was flaring up because he was happy that I was out there, or if he was what was going on. But then I noticed these like tornado thingies coming, thingies.
Huh.
sounded so smart.
Yeah,
These tornado-looking things coming down from the clouds, and I'm
from
like,
the
what is
clouds.
going on up there? I mean, it was like, I mean, you could visually see this with, I could see this with my eyes, not with the camera, with my eyes, I could see this going on up there. And
Yeah.
I'm like, and then I'm looking through, I'm like scanning over the mountain, and there's like 6, 7 ships up there, one that's like hovering above the tree lines, and then a bunch of other smaller ships. And then I see these lights that are like moving through the woods up there, and I'm like, what is going on up there? So anyways, while that's going on, I'm sitting there, and I of course, I pull my camera out and I'm filming what's happening up on this hill. And this all of a sudden, this bright light comes like right over my house, like bright green light. And I'm like, what? And I look up, and I mean, this thing lit up my whole yard.
Oh my gosh.
And I look up and I see windows to a ship, and it was like a double decker ship, and
Wow.
there's beings in there, and they're all waving at me like, hey, they're like
Hey, here we
way
are.
up in the air, and they're waving.
Wow.
Both decks, they're like waving at me, and I'm just like, okay, so I waved back at them. I'm waving high,
Yeah.
but I had my phone in my hand, so my phone go, I'm
Oh
waving
my
my hand at
gosh.
'em. I said hi, you know, and then that ship took off, and then
Wow.
and
That's
then
amazing.
so and then the beam came down, and the droplet of light came down, and they came and
Mhm.
got me again.
You
So
went back on the ship. And
yeah,
when did you go back on the ship? Last night?
yeah, it was just
Okay.
after your show.
Last night.
Yep,
Okay.
just after your show.
Continue. Yeah, go ahead, April.
So anyways, so I'm still kind of processing everything that happened last
Yeah.
night. But so from what I'm understanding is those tornado things that I was watching up in the mountain. Anyways, let me back up to the tornado things before I go about the ship thing. But so with the tornado thing, so I zoom in as far as I can because I want to see what's going on up there, and I have bad eyesight, so I'm zooming in to see what's going on up there. And if there weren't 50 to 75 Bigfoots up there, there weren't any.
Wow.
There was a lot
Really?
up there. Like I could see them, make them out clear as day. There was a bunch of them up there, and they were like,
Really?
they were scurrying back and forth, and some of them were carrying these like little balls of light. I didn't know what the little balls of light were that they were carrying, but
Huh.
some of them were carrying these little balls of light, and they were all like scurrying around these like little tornado things, and or not little, but these tornado things are like like kind of,
Were those tornado things some sort of a ship or something? Can you expand on that a little bit?
yeah, I will get there. I just want to
Okay. All
explain
right.
about
Go
the
ahead.
Bigfoots and
The
stuff.
Bigfoot. Yeah, let's get to the Bigfoot. Yeah.
Okay, so there was about 50 Bigfoots up there, and these Bigfoots had expanded themselves pretty largely. Some of them were actually wearing Ashtar Command uniforms, that I was able to physically make out with my eyeballs. And then some of them were just in their, natural Bigfoot states with their fur and whatnot.
Right.
And so, um, anyway, so when I got taken up onto the ship, I was very confused as to what was happening because all the stuff that was happening up in the mountain, and I saw, of course that was my first question, what's going on,
Right.
And so what they explained to me is um I wasn't sure if something was being taken from the earth and put up in the clouds, or something was being taken from the clouds and being put into the earth.
Ah.
And so
Okay.
so what they told me is that they have a communications with our trees, and
Oh
sometimes
wow.
they borrow, so they don't have to take it from our natural resources. They have an agreement with our trees on our land, and there's more to it also, but I'll get into that another time because I don't want to take up the whole
Yeah.
show. But
No,
um,
I got you.
they have an agreement with our trees that they borrow moisture from our
Oh
trees,
wow. Hmm.
to do their cloud cloaking. So when they
Really?
do their cloud they have to have moisture to do that. So they take moisture from the trees and they use that moisture so they don't take from our waters from our
Oh,
lands.
wow.
They
That's
they
interesting.
borrow it. They borrow it from the trees. So now what those tornado looking things were is they were putting the moisture back, giving it back to the trees. They were giving the
Really?
trees back their moisture that they had borrowed for their cloaking.
Wow. What a
Isn't that
beautiful thing.
cool?
That
And
is
I've
very
got video
beautiful.
of these tornado things happening. Like they have an agreement with the trees, like the trees on our land, to they allow the trees let them use the moisture and they use it to create their cloud cloaking that they use to hide, to hide with from,
Right,
from
the
us.
cloak.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then when they're done, they give the moisture back to the trees, and that's what they were
that's a
doing, is they were giving it
that,
back.
fact. See, that's the most beautiful thing when you're dealing with really the star people, the people that we're connected with the Ashtar Command. This is the star people. These are the star people. These are our family. These are, Now, could you say you videotaped this? At some point, can you send me a copy of that?
Yeah,
Or maybe
I'm gonna
James
do I'll
send James a copy. James can actually play it over a thing. I'm not sure how we play the video on here yet. I'm not sure how to
Wait
do
a
that.
second. If she sends me a
Yeah,
video right now, I can play it.
I'm gonna post a video of it. Um
Yeah,
so when I'm done I will I'm gonna
yeah,
post a video with it and of them giving the moisture back to the trees.
yeah.
Um
Send James a copy because he'll play it right over here on our live. He can play it. I don't know how to play it on here. I think there's a way to do it on my phone, but I'm not sure how to do that.
excuse me. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, I lost my voice today.
Oh, that's okay. That's
I've been
okay.
having to yell down instructions to people, so my voice is kind of shot today.
No problem.
But yeah, so I just thought that that was the coolest thing. Because when I saw that, the first thing that popped into my head was a human thought. I keep hearing people saying, "Oh my God, they go to planets and they take people's natural resources and they gobble up all these planets' natural resource." And I'm sitting here going, they have got it so wrong. They have got it
Yeah,
so wrong. They have a connection with our trees, and the trees allow them to use some of their moisture and they return it. They have like this
yeah,
agreement with our trees, and they do come down and like they do harvest some things, like my neighbors have the beehive over there, and I told you that one time I saw them over there collecting honey, but
yeah,
they have an agreement also with some of our insects, like the bees. The bees will allow them to take some of their honey, but they replace stuff they give them stuff back like later on. So they have agreements with like the different species on our planet, but like trees are conscious beings, so they have an agreement with our trees, and the trees will allow them to take moisture for them to do their cloaking, and then later on they give the moisture back to the trees and they spread it around so that the trees that really need it can get it. And that's why they were up on these high mountain peaks, because those high mountain peak trees don't get a lot of moisture. It all goes down to the bottom ones because these hills are very steep. So they were giving it back to the higher ones that really needed the moisture more. Isn't that cool?
it's a very cool. It's
Wait,
extremely.
so does that have to do with why they're on the property? Because you're so remote, there's so much abundance of trees
And no, that's
and all of that. Does that have something to do with it?
no, that's not. No, that's this is just the spot that they were giving back moisture at. But I guess they were doing it all over the place last night because I got to see a few different spots.
Wow.
They were showing me this all. We traveled quite far actually.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, they were
See,
showing.
folks, and it's important for people to understand what April is sharing is really important to understand. And be focused, folks, because if you're not focused, you're not going to understand what is being stated right now. But that's what the teaching lesson is. What she's sharing is a teachable moment. How many of you knew that the tornado type thing was where they took from the trees, cloaked the ships, and then they bring it back and give back the moisture back to the trees? See how beautiful that synergy is when you're dealing with people of light, people that are of loving people from other planets that are here for the best purposes. So try to focus, and you can learn a lot from this broadcast tonight. Go ahead, April.
So the reason for the Bigfoot beings is because some of the beings had come down and they were on the mountain. They were on the mountaintop, so the Bigfoots were there to protect them.
Oh wow,
That's why there was so many.
that was amazing, and I love the fact that some of the Bigfoots were holding these light balls. What, there were like 50 of them in the mountains, 50 of
Yeah,
them.
and the light bulbs so they could see where they were going. They were like flashlights.
I know that
They were
James,
really tall.
he's into the Bigfoot. I'm sure he's finding this interesting too. I mean, this is something I've never seen
Yeah,
heard
April,
anything
listen,
about.
I don't know if you know, but I'm gonna be in Bigfoot country in the mountains at the end of the month.
Are you?
I
So
am,
so
so
when
I'm
you
hoping
go,
to send Mikey my way.
don't. There's lots of Mikeys out there.
Yeah, I'm sure
You
there
know,
are.
when I was listening earlier, April, and you said about the green light,
Uh-huh.
one of my closest encounters, I mean, when like this thing was within 100 yards of me, it
Hmm.
shined a bright green light, and I'm talking like emerald green, like
Mm,
really deep jade green, and it was coming from the ship. It wasn't
yeah.
like it was like emanate. It was like they were shining it.
Now, I've had two experiences with negative ships that have tried to come on my property, and each time this happened, they were chased off by other ships. By the good beings of light had chased these
Yeah.
off. And I had it. Remember my first video
Yeah.
where you could see a ship being chased off
Oh yeah.
right over my property, and then the second one was in the mountains with Mikey.
Yeah.
Now. I didn't realize this, but that first ship being chased off was Mikey. I went back and looked at that video because Mikey has been with me for a very long time, and I never realized I didn't realize it was the same being until, like me and Mikey started
Right.
communicating.
And,
But Mikey's
and
been,
Mikey can chase off those ships the two times they were there. You're very well protected. What the thing is, those ships are from the Ashtar Command, and you know that, and I think as we tell this story, as the story continues on my show here, and with April, who's I feel like we're neighbors, and it's like I feel like I've known her forever. And so I think we're going to, as we continue this and learning about what's happening with what's going on up there. I know when you come down here for the C5 on the 13th, I'm going to be probably in the next few days getting in touch with my phone tree of people that are beautiful folks here about the apple orchard. We're going to broadcast that live, folks. And when we come down, I think we're going to have a beautiful experience. It's going to be a really nice experience. And I think there's going to be whatever happens there. It's going to be very amped up in many, many ways, in a very Christed consciousness. We do a meditation when we start our gathering. We do a Christed meditation always. This is not something, I don't know if in the C5 app I've ever heard the word Christ be used, but we do a Christed meditation in our C5. So we do an Ashtar Command gathering of C5, and so when April and I are there with everybody else, I guarantee we're going to have something, whatever it's going to be, we're going to record it, and we'll be able to show it to you here on my live.
yeah, everything is going to be live streamed. So what we're experiencing, you guys will be experiencing. The ones
That's
that
right.
can't be there, you guys will experience it right along with us.
Yep. And I'll be fully charged up to 100% power, so I'll have an extra battery with me hooked up in case I need it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's on the 13th of April. We'll be going on live at 8 o'clock in the evening. I don't know if it's going to still be light out, but when we get there, you'll be able to see what we're going to be doing. Thank you for the cap. So we're very much involved now in the mission work. This show is part of the mission work. Things are going to progress further and further as the months and the weeks go on. And I can tell you, I don't know the day or time, but I will say, physically, thank you. Physically, when we go on the ship, there'll be, I believe, three of us that the space people have made the choice of. We don't choose who goes on. It's not like we pick somebody out of the group here and say we want you versus somebody else. It doesn't work that way. They chose us specifically. Part of it is because we have biological cosmic family on the ship. That's the part of it, is that we do have family on the ship. Now, when the word star family is used, people think star family means we come from another star system. We have star family everywhere. This is more specific because April has her parents on the ship. I have my parents on the ship, and my father on the ship, Commander Robar, is commander on the ship. Now, we use the word commander. When they say commander, they're spiritual. They're not like military terms, commander, spiritual, cosmic commander.
It just means he's like the captain of that ship.
The captain, yeah.
They call it a commander, but that's
And,
what he's a commander of the oh my God, what was the heck was the name of that ship? Not the waiting ship.
The working ship?
Yeah, the working ship.
I remember that word. I didn't forget that word.
I'm sorry, I'm tired now.
It's okay. You're tired, I know. So the working ship. So when we go on the ship, we're going to be with our biological cosmic parents. The ones have been selected to do this. We didn't select anybody. So just to make really clear, and honestly, we don't select anybody. We're just, they're reconnecting with us, our family from off planet. Like if you haven't seen your lost cousin that lives in Florida or down in California and San Francisco, and you say, well, I haven't seen you in 20 years, and you reconnect, look at it this way. We're reconnecting with our biological cosmic family. So we are coming in a humble service to them, and they're reconnecting with us after all these years. And, it is what it is, and it's going to be beautiful.
A few people, I think Brim was one of them too, that has actually connected with some of his family as well. Like there's a few people that have already started to make contact with their families. It's just, there was a specific few that were brought down, to live human experience. So, we know how best to help the world when it comes time to that. And then, it's not that we're anything special or anything like
we're not.
We're
just people.
We were chosen by the command to do this for everybody. It's not anything of pride or anything like that. Because I guess I'm a nobody. I'm a grandmother, a mother, and I work in a cream cheese factory, for crying out.
Yeah, she was in a cream cheese factory, and me, I'm just a person that helps people in customer service all day long. I'm just a regular human being. I mean, actually, we can't say we are well, none of us here watching this, none of you are really regular human beings either. You already know that. We're all actually not regular human beings if we are, but we are and we aren't. You know what I mean? We all have things we do. Maybe you're a lifeguard, or maybe you are airline stewardess, or you're a airline pilot, or maybe you're a teacher. We are having a human experience. We all do, but we're very humble. We never knew any of this was going to happen, but it's happening, and we're going to go on a spaceship. As clear as I'm speaking these words, we are going to physically go on a spaceship. And whenever that happens, and I feel it's going to be, it's obviously going to be this year. I don't know when. I know when April gets the information from them on the ship as to when that's going to happen, then we have to be ready for it. She's already going on the ship constantly, but me, I'm already prepping myself consciously for that and meditating and so forth.
And here's the thing, everybody, is that this isn't just an experience that like I am going to be having. This is an experience when contact happens that everybody is going to be having.
Exactly. Everybody.
To be able to have, what I'm going through right now. You guys are all going to be able to experience this. You guys are going to meet your star families, the ones that have them that are here now. You guys will be able to meet them because they were already trying to connect with a bunch of people, but they're just trying to do it so subtly because they're trying not to frighten people, because you see how human beings react sometimes, and they act in fear, and that's what they don't want. want. So they're doing things like what me and the commander are doing is, we're trying to like talk you guys through stuff so you guys know that these beings are here to love us and to help us.
Right.
They're not these crazy monsters that the government would have you think that they are.
Oh,
They
yeah.
really are not.
Yeah.
They're just like me and you, they really
Yeah.
are. I mean, your father tried to crack me a knock knock joke. Did I tell you that?
Oh, really?
'Cause I,
Is Commander Robar as much a comedian as I am?
oh my, he tried to, cause they were still laughing about the bathroom thing, because when I
Oh,
asked
really?
to use the restroom, they were still laughing at me about that. So he told me he had something for me, and he tried to tell me that knock knock joke about
Oh my gosh.
about the how he kept saying orange, and he's like, and then he says banana, and he goes, "Aren't you glad I didn't say orange?" And he was laughing.
Oh man.
It was the corniest joke, but I had to laugh because he was so serious
Commander's
about it.
dad would tell some cosmic dad jokes. All right,
I
I could
know
Yeah,
it
he
was
picture
a
was.
it.
dad joke, and I had to laugh because he was so serious about telling me. He couldn't wait to tell me this joke
Yeah.
because they were still laughing about the whole restroom thing. Because I asked to use the restroom, and they didn't realize I had to go to the bathroom, and then they were trying to tell me to go lay down in one of their little.
Shelley's asking, maybe more you, April, than I can answer that. Why don't they contact Commander directly? So what's it? Why don't they contact you directly? Have you asked them, April? That was and Shelley's one of our beautiful people out here. So she's asking, you know, is there a reason why they wouldn't have contacted me directly? But I think I don't know. I
I
can't answer the
I
question.
I don't have an answer to that, Commander.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
asked, but I haven't gotten a direct answer
yeah.
as to why you have not been contacted directly. I think what I'm thinking is that it's probably because I'm in a very secluded area, and it's
Yeah, and I'm not. I'm in a very almost downtown area. I think it would be kind of if they ship came here, I think it would freak the whole town out.
so.
So I can where she is, she's in
No,
a remote area.
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it's because of the privacy.
Yeah.
There's no privacy here. If they had a big ship come over here, people would be coming out of their houses saying, "What's going on here?" Then I'd have to explain to everybody, "I'm not from planet Earth." No,
I
I wouldn't
mean,
say that, but
you guys see me being pulled up into a tractor beam. I'm in my pajamas and slippers. I mean, I can
yeah.
stand
Hey,
outside like that
Fairy,
and worry about anybody
did
seeing
you
me.
get to watch the show last night? We were joking about putting you in the old rundown motel. Did you get to hear that?
No.
I have,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, we
It
had
was funny.
such
It
a
was.
good laugh over that because we were talking about you coming down and where you were going to stay, and
Where we're
Commander
going to
was
stay.
joking. He's like, "Well, there's a shut down motel."
Right, with the neon lights still blinking on from the 1950s.
You guys are so funny. Ha ha.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and that's where my sense of humor comes in. I guess I get it from my dad on the ship.
You got dad jokes.
Yeah, I just tend to I have this, when I'm serious, I'm serious, but I do have the tendency to just naturally tell jokes. If you tell me to stand here and tell you a joke, I can't do it. But if it just naturally, it has to come out. If it
Right.
doesn't come out naturally, it's not funny. If I say, um, oh, the TV set doing some dancing, it's dancing within their TV set and they're watching different channels. That's not funny. But if I just come out with something naturally, you'll start laughing. As we're talking in conversation, it just comes out. If I have to tell somebody, people say, "Oh, you should tell me a joke." If you tell me to tell you a joke, I can't do it. There's no way. I like freeze up. I can't. I mean, James, if you're going to tell something funny, you naturally can express yourself that way. I know, April, you would do the same thing.
I
Anybody
don't
in
know,
here.
Commander. You know me. I tell jokes and people take me the wrong way, so I'm just gonna shut up.
Well, that's because you're not eating enough carrots.
Very
Or maybe you should
good.
have. You
Listen,
could be not eating it.
I'm waiting for the cosmic DNA test battle between Commander Robart and Kadar Manka.
Well, I can't wait to
The milk
when
pig.
I that's it. Yeah,
You
when I
are
meet
not the father.
I was his grandfather. I meant to tell him that, but You beat me to it. Grandpa Kadar Manka. So, son, I want you to meet your real father, Commander Robar. I'm his grandfather, and I'm sorry I forgot to tell you that years ago.
Remember, we got Commander Ropar and Mr. Roper.
Oh, Mr. Roper, I remember that. But it's the thing is the beauty of what we feel is that things are getting very close to being seriously happening. I think the events we're doing, the event in Durham for this particular thing, this is where they're going to do something we don't even know. April doesn't even know. They haven't told her yet what's going to happen. No. And I don't even know what's going to happen. So the beautiful part of it, it's going to be spontaneous, except that we're going to do a prayer and a meditation to start a Christed meditation. We also do a clearing at the apple orchard field. We clear out all the energies before we start. And the beautiful part is that when we come together, we're going to have, I think, a very beautiful experience. And I wish I can tell you. I wish April can tell you, and I can't either, because until they tell April, or less in my meditations and the dream state, I get information. I don't know anything yet. All I know is that it's going to be something extraordinary. That's all I can tell you. And we're all being both honest here. Whatever experiences she gets from the ship when she's on there, as we get closer to April, I'm sure that April, no pun intended, I'm sure April will have more information as we get closer to April 13th.
We're going to party with April in April.
It's going to be an April experience in April.
Yeah, I used to tell this thing because everybody used to try to play jokes on me on April Fool's Day, or they'd always, have the joke, April is a fool, little kids, they were but I used to tell everybody it was bad luck to fool in April on April Fool's Day.
Because then if you fool in April on April Fool's Day, we'll have the light ship straighten you out in 2 seconds.
April's going to be awesome because you guys are just going to be coming off the eclipse. So we're going to have all the energy from the eclipse on the 8th. And I've got I'm hoping, I'm not sure yet, but I have a big thing planned for the eclipse. And if it happens, we're going to really amplify this energy.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? They're selling... My wife told me they're selling the eclipse glasses at Walmart.
No, listen, that's all just marketing scams. Don't buy any of that stuff, guys. Absorb that light. Watch that.
Okay.
I'm a sun gazer anyway, so I'm gonna be staring at that bad boy no matter what.
Okay. Yeah, I also agree. Absorb the energy because it's going to activate your DNA. That really is true.
Eclipse, I've always just looked up and watched it happen. I never used anything.
I never used anything either. I don't know why they're promoting people using stuff, but
I don't know.
Because they got to make $1.
Oh yeah. Come to Walmart. You'll get a free hot dog at Subway. Wait a minute. They don't sell hot dogs at Subway. You'll get a free meatball with a little mix of chicken salad and tuna. If you get one of our Ellipse glasses, we're selling them really cheap. They were originally $1.99. They're now 99 cents. Buy one, get one free.
So everybody that's going, if you guys bring some type of crackers or some bagels or anything, I am bringing a bunch of cream cheese, different kinds.
Yeah. And
I prefer cream cheese with scallions and lox. That's so.
There you go.
If you're gonna bring,
I'm bringing the cream cheese. That's all I know. I'm bringing all different kinds, a bunch of it, so everybody can take some, have it, eat it. I don't care what you do with it, but I'm bringing it.
And when we're in the field, because we do park our cars in the field, we can park it there. Well, obviously that's where we're going to park. So that will make sure.
I gotta hop out, Commander. I gotta go make my bunny hop rounds.
Go make your bunny hop rounds. James has been with us here, and James, thanks for coming on here and joining us tonight.
And don't forget, everybody, Friday night we're celebrating transcending Grammy's birthday.
Oh,
It's
that's
I
right. She
changed.
has a
It's
birthday.
Friday night.
Oh,
Friday night. Okay.
We're gonna have a party.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. We'll try to make it. We'll see. Well, Friday night we have our live broadcast, but we'll see. What time is it going to be?
We'll be on all night, Commander, all night
Okay.
long.
Well, then we'll try to stop in. Hey, James, take care, brother, and be well. Okay.
All right, we'll talk soon.
All
Me
right.
and Commander are having daily phone calls, so we'll talk tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we'll talk definitely for sure. Hey, take care, man.
bye, James.
All right. So you're watching Encounters, and it's only 12:13. Time has been really running slow tonight, which is actually pretty good. I feel like it's really interesting how time has been really weird today for me. I don't know why, but it feels like everything is different. Uh, it's all good. It just like feels, oh, it's only 12:14 in the morning. So we're talking about this stuff, and as April said, we are going to the two of us plus how many of us are going on the ship?
It's
Has it
you and Johnny that are on the
okay? Okay.
that I
Johnny,
know of so far.
Johnny, who's one of our moderators. I don't know if he realizes yet. He's going on the ship with April and me physically. Johnny? I don't know what part of the country Johnny lives in. Johnny, you still here?
He's in there somewhere. I know he's in
Uh,
there, but
if
he
he's
doesn't
around,
ever miss your show unless he fell
yeah,
asleep because he worked today.
he did. He worked today. Yeah,
Where
so
I've been
we'll have
keeping
to
him
find out. I forgot to ask him what part of the world he's in the country here, but so they told April, our space family told April who's going on the ship. We didn't, like I said, we are in humble service to whatever it is we're supposed to do. We didn't say, okay, we're going to take this person in our group and this person over here and that. It doesn't work that way. So anything you're hearing about how this is working, throw it out the window because you're hearing from the horse's mouth that they made the decision who they want to have on this particular thing. And they want to do it gradually. So whatever we're going to bring back here in our journey, it's going to be to help the planet, to share with you, and it's going to be beneficial to the whole world.
I'm
So
just
look at it that way.
I'm just finding it because when I was brought aboard the waiting ship, the one where our space bodies were kept at,
Right.
there was a large room and there was several cylinders in there, the crystal cylinders that kept us our bodies protected. And I know that some of them are the other chosen star seeds that are from around the world, but I'm wondering if there aren't more of us that are still in this grid, but they haven't told me or
Right. It
told
could
me
be.
people are yet. I can't imagine that it would just be the three of us. I mean, maybe it is, but I'm
I think
thinking,
that there might be. I think there's more, but we don't know who they are yet.
yeah,
There's no way we know.
I'm sure they'll be revealing that soon,
Oh
because they
yeah.
want us to stick close together, because that's what they want. That's what they've specifically asked is that we stay together, as a group because they want us to be in contact. And I keep hearing voices coming across. Are you hearing that?
Voices coming through here.
Yeah. I keep hearing every so often I'm hearing like answers coming through, like I'm saying stuff and they're like, yes.
Okay, so I will say I do hear some voices, and I think the space people, like I said, I'm sure Commander Robar and your father are able to listen. No, no, forget that name, Dark Shadow. Forget that name. Forget that name. Throw that name out the window. Nope, nope, no. That name's a no-no. Um, but Commander Robar and Commander your dad, Nanacook. No, it's not a
Not a nook.
Nananook and
Knock. I'm sorry, knock a nook.
Nakanook. They're on the Ashtar ship, the working ship. They are actually able to listen to our show, and they probably do more than even though we don't always talk about them listening, they are probably if you can hear them speaking, they might be answering and responding as we're speaking to what April is talking about, and I'm sure if I had the technical equipment, I can fine tune the voice responses to them. So, but yeah, they're listening. They're listening to our show.
You know, Commander, there's something I wanted to talk about too that I happened to notice, isn't it? Um, a while back ago, we had somebody on the show that said that she had been aboard one of these ships and said that that the being had touched her and left a. Remember, I don't know if you remember this, but she was trying to show us her shoulder and that she
Yeah.
had a triangular mark, and I had made a comment that I had the same triangular mark on me as
Hmm.
well.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now, you want to hear the strangest thing is that
Yeah.
every time I go on the ship, that triangular mark gets darker.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Have
at.
you asked them? Have you asked your father what that means?
I don't. No, I didn't. I didn't ask him what it meant, but I just happened to notice it. You know, I really looked at it last night because I happened to like I don't know why I looked at it last night, but my eyes got drawn to it, and because I completely forget it, you know, it's on my body, and it's been there for a long time, and I don't
Yeah.
ever pay much attention to it, but I noticed that it has been getting darker. Like the more contact
Huh.
that I have, the darker that this mark gets. It's strange,
You
but
know what
it's
I
in
would
a.
do? I would ask your father next time you're taking the board. Can you tell me what that means so you can have at least an understanding of it?
Yeah,
You know,
I think it has
I,
something to do with the mark of the star people. Honestly,
I think
that's
so. I think so too. I agree with
right.
that.
I mean, it's weird. It's like three dots, but it's in a perfect triangle. And then
Yeah.
your obsession with triangles too, like the pyramid shape.
Oh, the pyramids. Yeah.
Yeah, like you have a lot, and recently you've been like, especially since you've been getting all these downloads, you've been like really about a lot about these pyramid shapes, and that's what the shape looks
Yeah.
like, a pyramid. Isn't
Pyramid.
that?
Yeah.
I wonder what the
It is.
connection
It's
of it.
strange.
I'll have to ask him about it next time. I'm
Yeah.
just out loud, I guess, because I happened to notice it while I was moving the phone. I was like, "Oh yeah, I was meant to tell the commander about this, but that mark on my arm has been getting darker. Every time I go on the ship, it gets a little bit darker." I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to take a picture of it and post it, but so people can see what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. But it's actually
And
really cool.
wow, I can't wait to see that. And I know that as time goes on, when when they want you to take pictures of things to show, well, like I said, I will download the pictures here. James can, like you said, make sure you send him any of the video footage. He can clear it up so that people can see everything. I don't know yet how to work my camera to put video on here. I can put the photos on here, but I wonder if there's a way I can take video
I'll,
and put it
I'll
on
just
here.
I'll just post. How about I just post pictures and you can take a
Okay.
snap of it and then show it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then if they're not clear enough, then like I said, James he'll clear up the photos if you send them to him. He'll clear them up. Definitely, definitely make sure you do that because he will definitely be on board to do that, and we can clarify the get rid of a lot of pixelation and because I know you have all that energy hitting the camera on the property too.
Yeah, I do.
Very much so.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's weird because sometimes when you look at the pixelations, you can see all the little fairies in it and stuff. Like when I was taking those the snapshots so I could post just our faces. There
Mhm.
was one snapshot that I took, and you can actually see the fairies' hands in there, like pulling the light open. I should have put
Oh
that,
wow,
but I don't know why I didn't. But
that's okay.
did you put up your galaxies? Oh,
No, I'm doing baseball caps April tonight.
okay.
I, I'm gonna switch from baseball caps to another gift, and so people can gift me with different gifts. So once I reach the goal of that, then I'll go to another type of gift that people can do, and then my goal is to reach the goal for those gifts. So I did 5 of 8 caps, so I need 3 more baseball caps to reach my goal tonight. We have 71,000. We need to get up to 100,000, and I think we're going to do it before 12:30 tonight. So yeah, we're really excited about everybody finding our show. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO show. As we've progressed over into this new year, things are definitely getting. Thank you, Kit Kat. You're going to notice that April will be on more often with me because we're having some things. We're having, thank you so much, Katie and Kit Kat, that we are going to have. Wow. I've reached, oh man, I love when it does that. I reached a live goal achieved, it says on the caps. Thank you, everybody, for doing that.
Thank you guys for gifting the commander, and thank you for all the gifts that you've given to me. All the gifts that you guys are giving me are going to get me down to Connecticut for the CE5 event.
Yes.
So thank you guys for the gifts. I appreciate them, and the
Oh,
commander
yeah.
definitely appreciates them. So make sure he makes his goals.
And I'm actually I'm choosing a new gift. Let me see here. I'm gonna do the hat with the mustache. I'm setting that. I'm gonna set it up for
the
8.
cosmic disco hats.
I might go to that one. I'm gonna do the the one like it looks like the. I got it going here. Confirm it. Okay.
Would that be
I just confirmed it.
Beard.
I'm putting the hat and the mustache as my next 8 TikTok gifts. Oh, someone gave me a stargazer. Gave you friends refer you. You got yourself a book.
Oh, that is so cool. Thank you.
I got the hat. I'm getting hats now too. Hey, thank you so much.
I love.
I'm hatting it up here. You folks are really helping the work that we do here. That I do here. Oh my gosh, I'm at 50% on the hats already. That's crazy.
The commander's been saving up his TikTok money to get a to get night vision equipment for his CE5 groups. And it's really important that he has.
I am now Val. I'm Commander Val Sassoon. I'm Val Sassoon.
You look like Mario, brother.
I'm Mario, Commander Mario. I got sunglasses. See, I'm pretty cool, hip man. I do have a sense of humor. I can't hold that in.
I thought that was so funny. He couldn't wait to tell me this knock joke, and he was so serious about it. I couldn't wait to come back and tell you this, but it was that one about the orange and the banana.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? I had to laugh because he was so serious when he was telling me. He was trying so hard to be funny.
Oh gosh, thank you, Jackie. When I see my father on the ship, and he's telling me jokes and we're talking about jokes, I'll probably be laughing so hard I'll be laying down on the ground on the spaceship, rolling over.
He didn't get about the whole bathroom thing, so I thought that was hysterical because he afterwards they thought it was so funny that they were still laughing at me about it, and I'm just like, okay, that's funny.
Yeah, he's I'm just and you can understand the joy that we have on the show here. And like I said, we've always do interviews here on the show, but we're also going to make this a regular part of it because it's important for people to know contact is coming. And the more we can teach people on the show here on Encounters about why it's happening, some people say, why are they contacting us? We can explain to you why the space people are contacting us, because we're not only connected to them. Jackie, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Because we're all connected, not just us. I mean, everyone here, whether you realize or not, you have Star Family. You have people that you're connected to. And we want you to know that you're loved. We want you to know that your family off planet, whoever they are, they're going to eventually contact you. And when that happens, it's going to be the most beautiful experience in your life, because you have your biological family that loves you. Hopefully they do. Some Earth-based families don't all get along with each other, but hopefully they love you and they support you in the way that you wish to be loved. And just understand now that you know this, you also, because you came from the stars, you have a cosmic biological family. Jupiter, thank you for the heart puff. Thank you.
And we also want you guys to know too that we're sharing our experience with you guys openly, and this is because we want you guys to know that these beings are not scary. They are coming to help everybody. They're coming to help the whole world, you know, and they
Right.
want you guys to be able to have the experiences that they have, to be able to share the love, the light, and not live in fear anymore of, you know, like nuclear weapons and all that, because all that is not going to exist anymore when these guys finally,
Nope.
it's not going to be right off, but they're going to make, you know, they're not going to make it, we're going to make it
Right.
happen, but
We're gonna
they,
make it happen. Yeah.
right, they want us, they're going to teach us to be able to help ourselves, and in the
Right.
and they're also coming with some of their technology to help us and help us move into this shift. And you know, it's going to be so beautiful. They've shown me so much, and that's why I'm sharing it with all of you.
That's
You know,
right.
to know how things are going to be, you know, how things, it's not just about me going through this. You guys are all going to be
All
going
of
through
us,
this
every
too.
one of you. What April's talking about is, folks, and that's why, as the producer and host of this show, you know, as the creator of my own show, I make the rules here on my show. I'm the one solely who decides what's going to happen here, because that's how I decided to do the show. I decided, well, should I do a show here on TikTok? I said, let's bust the matrix and do something way different. So everything I do is under my own cosmic guidance. You know, I've told people even way before I met April, it doesn't matter what people think. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, whether somebody wants me to do it or not. I'm going to be that person that's going to bust the matrix with your belief systems, what you think should be done. Because it doesn't matter what you think should be done. You got to do what you got to do. So when you do your light work, you got to do what you got to do. That means you have to be centered, focused, and be not afraid to be who you are. And if you're that person, you would just do what you got to do and not worry about what other people do out there on the planet. You don't care about your neighbors, what they think, because they don't even know what you're doing. Anyway, they're just going to work every day. You're going out there doing whatever you're doing on the earth, but you also know that you are a light worker, you're a star being, you're a star seed, whatever. You're from the Arcturian system, Palladian system, wherever you're from, you're going to do what you got to do. And that's what we're doing. That's what April's doing. She is doing beautiful work. She is really being a communicator of what they are transmitting to her when she's on the ship, information that is helping guide everyone. The information in most of what we talk about is really about, you know, helping the planet, right? And isn't that what we're here to do? So we have to look at things in a way that we understand that, you know, when I produce shows, when I've done radio shows, I figure out what I'm going to do. When I've interviewed people like Dr. Frank Strangers years ago, before he died, it was the most beautiful interview I had with him because he had contact with Valiant 4 Thor from Victor 1. And the Victor 1 was a spaceship that was in Lake Mead, and he'd go on the ship. Many times they take him on the ship.
Is you know, Commander, I'm sitting here thinking as you're talking, and isn't this a beautiful thing? Like they brought me up to show me how how they share with these with our earth trees, how they share like the just the simple thing like of moisture so they can use it for their cloaking stuff.
Yeah,
But the fact that they communicate with our nature and they're going to teach us how to do this, you know, and I am thrown back by that because, you know, not only are all of us going to be able to
right.
communicate with like our own nature, nature around us, you know, our own earth, they're going to teach us how to communicate with our earth so we can learn to love it better.
Right. And Alex Wells is saying, how do they pick who to contact and how? Well,
We
in
were
this case,
we were chosen before we came to earth, so I really couldn't tell you that.
yeah,
But
we can tell you that. Yeah,
but we were chosen before we came to our human bodies. Um,
yeah,
we're born. We've you know lived the human experience. We suffer just everything that you guys go through. Well, maybe not the exact same thing, but
right,
everything that you guys have been through in your lives is you know what we're going through. You know, me and the commander, we've suffered without money. We've had money. You know, we haven't had money. We've you know cried over
right.
relationships. You know, we've lived the whole human experience,
And
and
all of you are doing the same thing.
that way we can in turn when it comes time for contact learn how to be able to help humanity
Right.
accept the fact that this is happening and that these beings are not scary, and we'll have a better understanding of how to help people that might be afraid or might be, feeling some kind of way because of what Hollywood has produced, that they're going to be monsters coming down. That is so not the case.
Yeah.
These beings.
And let me also delve into that, because even on TikTok, most of the people that are into the subject of UFOs, when you see their images, watch what they're showing you sometimes, because they're not getting it, or they're just whatever. If you see images of ugly looking ETs, turn off that thing. I don't care if it's on YouTube or on TikTok or even on Facebook. That is not what it's about. The star people that are coming to eventually meet all of you, your star family, and they will physically meet you, are not ugly looking beings with big spiny things and their eyes popping out. That's so much fear-based garbage on the internet. It's just like, and even in Hollywood movies and even in documentaries, the people that produce these documentaries on Discovery Channel and all this other garbage, their concept of what space people look like are ugly, angry looking beings that are going to gobble you right up. You got to throw that stuff out the window. It's going to be tough to educate people about this. I'm being very straight honest with you. That stuff does not represent the true essence of who the space people are. The
No,
space people are beautiful people like us. The real space people, the ones that are spiritual, they look like us. They
right.
are spiritually more advanced. They are far beyond in their abilities and so forth. But that's what they're coming here to do, to help us go into that next level of understanding. You see what I mean? Go ahead, April.
Can you pull up a picture of what the Ashtar Command people look like?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm going to bring that up. Let me do
Now,
that.
this
For
is
the
this is what they look like.
And actually, when I
This is
pull that
pretty
picture up,
accurate pictures.
before April and I knew each other, people were looking at the picture and they noticed some things. Let me get to the picture here. You're going to see this. It's very interesting. Let me see. Where is the picture here? Almost there. I had it. Here it is. Okay. And I know our space fathers are looking at this too from the ship. Now, if you look at the pictures carefully, watch the pictures. Watch the pictures. What do you see? This is a test. This is a quiz. What do you see? See, what I'm showing you here is that most of what you see in pictures on the internet and on TV are ugly looking space people. It's not like that. That's the lie. The truth is, the star people look just like us. They look just like us. I did this photo thing with the head of a number of years ago. I actually put my head on top. I said, "Oh, this is where I need to go. I have to put my head on top of this uniform." It felt
Isn't
right.
isn't that crazy? Like, I mean, that really does. I mean, the
Look
commander really does
on the
look
right,
like that.
and April. It looks like April on the right side of me. There's a woman on the other side. There's another person behind me. And doesn't that look like April? Kinda.
People are saying, yeah, it does. But isn't that crazy? But that's what they look like. And you see how thin those suits are? That's why when I
Yeah.
talked about the suits, I thought I wasn't wearing anything until I looked down because it felt like skin.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
felt,
Those suits look like you're just looking at skin, but those are actual suits.
and that's really what they look like, except for my family's from the angelic realm. So picture that with like light wings behind them, like wings made out of like energy behind them. That's what they look like.
Hey, Rod, I'm following Rod. Rod, we're gonna have to have you on our show tomorrow night if you're available. We're gonna have to interview Rod. He said he saw two women, human like that appeared to him. So very interesting.
Um, I,
Uh, I'm
I
I
am. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Commander. I
No,
was gonna say.
but this is why when you see this picture, this is what the majority of the star people look like. They don't look like the pictures that are AI generated that people put on their UFO channels to get. So if you put an ugly alien ET on your thing and you're going live on TikTok or whatever, sure, you're going to get a lot of people coming in because it'll get a reaction. And that's what people want, right? We don't want a reaction. We want to educate you about the truth. I don't care about, having sensational pictures of ugly looking space people. That's not the truth. Yeah, sure, maybe you'll get 1,000 people watching it, but that's just deception,
And user 666, I'm not going to go through the whole number, but user 66, yes, they are bringing med beds. They have a whole ship full of med beds. They have ships and ships full of med beds. We are going to be privy to all of it. It is not just one that the government stole from the wreckage. They're taking those back, by the way.
Right. That's right. And we have stolen because there's a video stolen. And April, you're right. There was a video posted of the med beds with military people guarding them in some facility.
And they've been trying to replicate them, and they're
trying to replicate them. Yeah. Yep. I saw the video too.
Yep, they're taking it back. They know where it's at, so that's coming back. They're not keeping it. That is meant for the world. That is not meant for just a few.
Yeah, I'm sure some pharmaceutical companies would like to take their med beds and charge people $2 million to have use of them for like 5 minutes.
Nope.
For the rich and famous. It's not going to happen.
It's going to be for everybody. It's going to be for everybody. There's not going to be no more poor, no more elite, none of that. We're all going to be the same. We're all going to get education. We're all going to, it's going to be beautiful. And we are all not going to have to worry about this cancer and the sickness that has been pushed upon us. Most of it is from the who's. But most of the sicknesses that it's in the world is from them. So
yeah, and when we have the med beds, as a matter of fact, once the med beds are freely used, anybody who has any kind of ailment or sickness or whatever, the med beds will heal you from all of those things. Yep. That's what the med beds do. You don't need any medications, drugs, or shots.
And not just the med beds though, but they have the plant life and stuff that they have available on their ships are healing. They have healing properties to them too. When I went on the ship, the living ship, where they actually live at and they grow their crops and things at, I was shown a tahar flower, and you can actually eat the flower and drink the juice from it, and it tastes just like pineapple, but the stem and the leaves from this can actually heal small cuts and scrapes, like immediately close them, heal them, no more bleeding, no scar, no nothing. It just seals it up like it wasn't even there. I was shown this, and she just like pulled it and squeezed the stem of it and dripped this like white milky substance that came from it, and it was gone. Her cut was gone.
Wow.
So I mean, they have so much knowledge to share with us and so many things to share with us. It is going to be wonderful, but a lot of their plant life has a lot of healing properties to it.
Oh yeah.
We may not need those med beds for some of it because they heal stuff with natural stuff, with their plant stuff.
And also, Alex Wells says, how do you get a med bed? You don't get a med bed. It's going to be available once we get the full disclosure of contact with our Star family. Everyone will be able to the plants that heal, and also there'll be the med bed option if you need it, but there's also plants they use that will heal you as well.
And they're also going.
Whoops. April, you just put your mic on mute. April? I hope she's not being taken off planet. Whoa. That was very weird. I think you know what? Maybe her phone. I think she has two phones. I think the phone lost power. I think her phone lost power. I don't, like if you don't keep watching your phone, what the percentage of charges, I think she went off power on her phone. I think she lost power. I don't think anything weird happened. I think she lost power. So the med beds, they're going to be contacting us. Well, there's a few of us, April, myself, and a few others are going to be taken aboard a ship pretty soon, physically. and gradually they will contact others on the planet. So what we're doing is we're the first group of people to be on the ship. Who's going to be in control of them? We are, the space people. They're not going to be controlled by Earth-based companies or pharmaceutical companies. All that stuff's going to disappear. So we, the people, will be actually in control of that whole thing. Um, you know, I can sense energies here. So it's possible that who controls the money? There won't be any money to control. It'll be a gradual switch over. There'll be no money. It's just going to be everything's free, just as it is on other planetary systems. The med beds and all the things that exist on other planets will be absolutely free. No money needed. That's right. I'm also going to check with April if she doesn't get back on and use the other phone. I get this feeling that they're going to take her back on the ship tonight, but I could be completely wrong about that. But I got the feeling either it's going to be the phone that was losing power, or she. Oh no, she's here. I think they had to get on the other phone. Yeah, I think her phone battery died. I think she's on the other phone now. Hey, April, you lost power on the phone?
No, I had a phone call and it cut me out.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to figure. I said, "Uh oh, she's going to be taking boat on the ship again."
No, sorry
And
about that. No, my daughter
no,
called.
that's okay. Oh, your daughter called. All right, that would do it. I've had that happen when I'm on live. So as we were saying, the med beds will be actually free, and there won't be, it's going to be a slow transition because we don't want. I mean, they don't want to jumpstart and get people freaked out over all this. But all these things that are coming are going to be very beautiful, transformational, and it's going to be a whole new world. So when we talk about the ascension of the planet Earth, we're not leaving the Earth. We're staying here to transform the planet. Everybody here is part of that. Every one of you has a purpose. Every one of you, we all do together. And that's where we're going. We're going to have all these different things happen gradually to switch our planet from a limited state of being to an unlimited state of cosmic spiritual understanding. And we'll be part of a galactic family now. We're going to go back into this galactic, beautiful family that we've been separated from for so long.
Exactly. And it's I think that with everything that is going on, it's like I'm trying to share things as I'm getting information and the
Right.
commander's getting information. We're sharing everything that we can share as of right now, and as things are coming up, because there's more to like last night, but we'll get into that. That's a whole nother show. There's a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
more. But,
Yeah.
um,
We'll gradually bring, April will bring those teachings and information on our show gradually. So each night, expect that we will bring it to you. We'll have guest interviews. Like we're gonna bring up people on, and April and I will be, we're gonna be listening to the guest interviews too, because that's what we do here at Encounters, and we're still doing it. We're just because this is so important that we're now getting towards contact point. Isn't that what it's all about? Isn't it all about, the reconnection? People say, when are we gonna have contact? So when we go on the spaceship, we're going to be able to come back wherever we travel with our cosmic parents, wherever they take us. What might be 5 hours off planet could be 45 minutes Earth time.
last night I was clocked at being gone for 43 minutes. I was gone for a day and a half.
A day and a half yesterday, she was gone off planet, a day and a half on space time. Well, there is no time in space, but a day and a half, 45 minutes Earth time. So if it was, let's say, 10:30 at night in Vermont, and you take 45 minutes of Earth time, she was gone for a day and a half.
And but the last time I was it the last time or time before? I don't know. People keep taking me, but
I know.
not taking me. I'm sorry. I'm going.
Not taking
No,
you.
I don't want to make it sound like I'm being taken
No,
against my
she's
will.
not taken.
That's
She
I'm
goes
going.
on. They
I'm going.
invite her on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But so, um, but what they try to do is they are trying to bring me back as close to the time that they took me. Like the time I was gone, the last time I was gone for a day and a half, they brought me back within 20 minutes of the time that they had taken me aboard ship.
yeah.
So
And And right now, if you listen carefully, it happens when April and I are on together. Listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. Well, you can hear it in and out. You can hear the spaceship. Sometimes you can hear the spaceship only when April and I are on together.
Why is that? That is so strange. And like when we're together on like a live or anything, it's when
Yeah,
my phone always goes bonkers. When I'm on that phone, you know, the phone I'm
yeah.
talking about, the other
The
phone,
other phone, yeah,
there's always like voices and stuff that come across from their ship. It's
yeah.
that
It
phone for some
does.
reason picks up everything. And that's an older phone too. That's like older technology. So I'm not understanding why it's always that phone that goes crazy.
They're using, at least I can tell you, April, they're using that phone to intercommunicate from the ship with us.
Yeah.
That's why. That's what they do. But I don't hear it now, but I did hear the ship just a moment ago. It had this like I can't explain it, but I have my earpods on, so I hear everything.
Commander, I'm gonna hop down now because my
Yeah.
kids are coming in the door now, and I
Oh, they
gotta,
are okay.
yeah.
I'll
So
let you
I'm gonna
go.
hop down, and plus I'm tired. So
I'm gonna thank you for being here. We'll see you tomorrow night whenever
uh,
you're whatever. And thank you for sharing your experiences. April will have more, and I'm sure in the next week or so she'll be being brought back up on the ship more constantly. And she seems to be going on the ship more regularly. So slowly we'll give you little bits and pieces as she's able to figure out what to share, and we'll share it here on this show.
have a good night,
Um,
everybody.
yeah, everyone say good night. Give a clap to April for all the work she's doing, and send your love to her. And April, you and your family have a good night.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Okay, so we're gonna let her. Oh, she's go there. She goes. So things are happening. And that's the beauty of love. That's the beauty of light. That's the beauty of who we are. I'm keeping this on the screen instead of my normal background, so you can see the beauty of the space people. You know, and this is why it's going to take time to get people to imagine that the star people are beautiful people just like us. They're human like us. They can be all kinds of different people from all over the universe and the multiverse, but they are coming back. And every one of you has a star family. Every one of you has a relationship. So my goal is to not only do a show that interviews people about their experiences, but also now to educate you about what's coming ahead in the next few years. So it's more than just the interviews, people being having abductions or beautiful contacts with light beings or seeing UFOs. We want to do all that. We're still doing it. Crop circles, the Bigfoot. So I'm able to integrate all of this into this show because that's what I do here. So now, not only doing the interviews, we're now having a situation where me, myself, and I, and April, and other people are going to be taken on the ship. So we have to let you know because it's important to share openly the things that we're going to experience. As I get the information from April, we will share it with you, and you'll hear it only on this show. You know, and that's the most important thing. Hey, Stephen, good to see you. Hopefully, Stephen, you're in Connecticut, I think. I hope you'll join us on April 13th. And if you are, get in touch with me. I haven't put up the video yet. I haven't done any promotion of it. I'll be getting in touch with my local Ashtar list. We have people in the local area who are with the command. We have a very solid group of people involved in what we call CE5. And we do an Ashtar Command CE5 on the 13th, which you'll get to know more about as we get there. Almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I want to thank everybody for the gifts, your support. If you want to do any final gifts, it really does help for the work I've been doing here since last year on this show, reaching out to more people, bringing people in. Michael, hello, good to see you. Yeah. So the 13th, I believe, is where they're going to make the ones that we're working with are going to make an appearance. I'll be going to the 20th, the following weekend, in Ledyard, but the 13th is what they've been telling me. That's where they're going to. We'll be live on TikTok on the 13th after 8 o'clock in the evening. So it's a good time to be alive, folks, and it's a good time to get centered, do your meditations. If you've never meditated, find the time to meditate, to focus with the you or the Om. Get inside yourself, connect with yourself, connect through the Christ consciousness. That's the key to cosmic reality. Through the Christed consciousness, you'll be able to connect with your star family and reach out to them, and they'll reach out to you. Jim Carroll, welcome. I'm not sure what the question was. Who? Okay, Jim Carroll said who. I'm not sure what the who is, so I'll make sure I can answer whatever that question is. Dark Shadow, thank you for the cloud. We appreciate it. And it's just important now to get prepared. Well, it's getting almost near. We're almost at 100,000. I'd like to hit 100,000. We're at 91.5. If we can do that, that would be great. Who are we going to meet? Oh, we're not going to meet them. We're going to see. Actually, I know your question. So on the 13th, we're having what we call a C5 gathering in a town next to us in an apple orchard field. We're going to record an Ashtar Command spaceship that's going to appear potentially on the 13th of that evening. There's going to be a surprise for us that I don't know what it is. And my cosmic father, Commander Robar, has stated to April when she was on the ship that they're going to make an appearance on the 13th when we're in the field in the apple orchard. So we'll actually record whatever we see. I have no idea. 13th of April. 13th of April. So we haven't really promoted anything about it yet, but it's going to be happening then. And I want to send my love to all the viewers here, all over the place, all over the world, wherever you are. I appreciate your commitment to watching this show. Let people know about it. For as many people that are finding it, there's still many more that don't know that we're here, that this is the real deal, that Encounters is a actual show, as you're finding out. We interview people. We don't argue here. We don't have matches about whether the moon is a cheesecake or whether it's a rock or whether the earth is a square or whether the earth is round or flat or whatever. We don't do that here. This show is highly focused, very focused. I watched Reiki healing. Now it hurts. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Elisa. So I want to thank everybody who's here, all of you. You're so blessed, so loved. And this show is about positivity. And it doesn't mean that all the interviews are about positive experiences. They're not. But the show is based on uplifting people, educating people, and answering questions as honestly as we can. I'm an open book, I'm not going to put on a show like, oh, hey, I'm just an open book. I'm here to do the work. I won't be sitting here with a pendulum like some crystal with a chain on it and saying, I'm going to answer your questions. I don't do that. Like I said, I don't read books. I don't read that stuff. I don't, throw crystals in the air. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm here to give you real information. Hey, Steve, thank you. And those who have watched me for over a year know that this is real. We can't fake it. Why would we? There's no reason to. And if I don't know the answer, I'll tell you. I don't know everything. I'm still learning a lot of things. I'm learning a lot about this. This is all new to me. I'm learning from April about this. I didn't even know this about this until we finally became friends and met. So everything has a reason. We all make connections, right? We all become a part of a larger purpose, a community. We all are. We're all connected. I might not know you personally, but if you're here and you're finding me and I'm finding you, we are now friends, right? We're new friends. We become friends now. We now know each other a little bit, and as that friendship galactically grows, it gets bigger and bigger to becomes a domino effect, a positive one that will affect the cosmic changes that are going to happen on this planet. Yes. Hey, Cliff. Good to see you, brother. So we're almost at 100,000. I'd like to hit it in like a couple of seconds. We're at 12:57. I want to go and shut the show down for the night. Because even the commander will go off planet in the dream state before I go to sleep. But I want to hit 100,000. And of course, these things pop up, or like these TikTok things pop up now, which I think are trolls trying to get on here. Pretty wild. So I want to thank all of you. We're at 98.2. I know we can do it. We're that close. 98.5, 98.6, 98.7. We got 198 beautiful people in here all over the place. Let's get up to 100,000. And then I'll do a final statement or what have you. Elisa, you're welcome. We don't want you to panic. Center yourself. When you're getting into a situation of panic, take a deep breath 3 times, close your eyes, breathe in, and then breathe out of your nostrils and just say to yourself, I'm a Christed being of light. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and allow yourself to relax. So yeah, that's what it's about. Hey, Cliff, the commander is the principal and April is the teacher and school is now in session. Well said. Well said there, Cliff. Christopher says they are in different densities. Heart, thank you for the heart. Than us, they can see and hear us, but we can't see them or hear them. If a person is fully awakened, they might. It depends on the person. There is a truth to that too. Hey, young Skywalker, thank you. Thank you, young Skywalker. They are as good as they can. Hey, Sanka, Stephen. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. In my humble heart, I thank all of you. Salmore, we got to get you up. We got to get you up to 200 so you can talk about that. So everybody follow Salamore. He has 75 followers. He or she has 75 followers. Thank you. Who just gave me something? Oh, Jackie F., thank you for the good night. You folks are a blessing. Your gifting is a blessing. It makes everything worthwhile that I do here. And so we're going to call it a night here. Let me see. What do I have? Oh, it tells me to set up a new goal. Let me see here. Did I reach my goal already? So now I'm going to set a new goal. I'm going to do one more goal before we call it a night here. Let's see here. I'm going to, let's see, what do I want to do for a goal? I'm going to do something else. I think I'm going to do, not a motorcycle. What, they got a yacht, a duck, a sports car, superpower, a whale diving. I think I'm going to do the whale. So I'm setting up a whale. I'm going to do 8 whales. I'm confirming I've got 8 whales now that I'm putting in here. I've now pinned the whales. So I now have 8 whales. I know some of you like whales out there, so it's now 1:01 in the morning. We're going to get ready to close the show down. If anybody would like to do whales, and you have enough TikTok coins to do it, they're 2,150 TikTok coins for a whale. So I'm putting the whale in there. We'll save that for tomorrow night. So I want to thank all of you for being here. Have a great night. This has been Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. Everybody, be well, be good. Have a good Thursday. We'll catch you later. I'm CmdrAleon.